with Santana, what does that mean? That means that all are welcome. I would love to speak to someone who is excited about the direction that the country is heading under this new Trump administration. But I also want to speak to those people that may not be so excited, meaning that you are someone that's not necessarily happy as far as what's happening under this new Trump administration. If you could, guys, keep tapping the screen, share the live, get the likes up to 25,000 likes, get the shares up to 100. We only have 14 shares. What's going on, people? What's going on? Welcome in, Mermaid Raid. Welcome in, Mermaid Raid. If you are interested in actually joining the panel, go ahead and request up. And guys, as you get onto the panel, make sure you mute yourself, please. Please mute yourself as we get you in on the panel. And if you are interested in joining the conversation, please go ahead and request up. And now see like the box is lighting up because I accepted the first person and like everything just started to shift. If you somehow got thrown in the box, because there's a bunch of friendlies that got thrown in the box, go ahead and remove yourself. I'm pretty sure that most of these people, there were only 2 people here before that, and then there's a bunch of people. Please check and see if you're in the box. Please check and see if you're in the box and you did not mean to actually join up. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 25,000 likes. Let's go ahead and get the shares up to 100 shares. Also, guys, if you are interested in joining the panel, if you are someone that's excited about the direction that the country is heading under this new Trump administration, go ahead and request up. If you are someone that's not so excited, things aren't great. Things aren't great. Go ahead and request up. This is Late Nights with Santana. All are welcome, guys. Keep tapping the screen. Also, send your daily heart me, please. It's only 1 coin. It's only 1 coin, and it helps boost the live, push us out to the FYP. I reset the daily gift goal to the little flowers. I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal to these little 1 coin goals. If we can knock that out a couple of times, again, it will help push us out to the FYP. We want to get as many people in here as possible so we can actually have these conversations, guys. It is Late Nights with Santana. And, this is the last night of the week that we're going to have late night. So if you've been waiting all week and you have not had the opportunity to join, now's your chance. Now's your chance. Get in the box. I'm going to go ahead and reset the gift goal one more time again, guys. We're going to keep resetting it to these little 1-cent goals so we can continue to knock it out. I think I'm going to do the the little TikTok things. I like the little TikTok music notes. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting more people in. Again, check the box if you accidentally requested. I want to make sure that if you are in here, then you meant to request up. Let's see here. Hey, Debbie's in the chat for Liz. Thank you for the sub, Liz. All right. Let's start with the people that we have on the panel first, and then we'll go from there. Alina. Hey, Alina.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Alina, can you tell the people on a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you about this Trump administration?
Oh, a negative 73.
Can't do that. You gotta pick it. You guys, everybody wants to break. Listen, you guys gotta follow the rules of the scale. 1 to 10.
Okay, fine, 1.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Give me 1 second here. 2020 Gil, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Wonderful. 2020 Gil, on a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you about the direction the country's heading under this Trump administration?
I'd say a 9.
Awesome. And just to verify, you did vote for Trump, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, my friend. Give me a second here. And last but not least, Dill 2193. How are you this evening, my friend?
Good.
Wonderful. Dill, on a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you about the direction of the country under this new Trump administration?
I'm gonna be hopeful and say 3.
3? Okay. So to verify as well, did you? Dang, Boom, how you come in with an echo? Did you vote for Trump?
No.
Okay, hold tight for me 1 second. Boom! What up, Boom?
Peace.
Boom, can you tell the people how excited are you for the direction of the country under this new Trump administration?
Medium.
Medium isn't a number, Boom. 1 to 10.
I'm on 5.
Okay. All right, Boom. Hold tight for me a second. All right, guys. If you are, if you are Hassan, are you sure? But I mean, do you want to? Are you trying to join to actually join the panel? I'm confused. I'm legitimately confused as far as what you are trying to join for. Are you trying to join the actual conversation? Because if you're trying to join the actual conversation, then of course you can actually join. But this is late nights, and we're actually looking for people to actually be on the panel. So are you looking to? You want to tell me what would you? I'm so confused. What is it that you would want to tell me? Okay. Tell it to my mods. Do that for me, please. Tell it to my mods. That doesn't. Yeah, probably. I think so. Boom. That doesn't sound like. That sounds fishy to me. Boom. Somebody want to join to tell me something. I
Come on,
think you
me?
want to. No, somebody in the chat. He said he wants to join to tell me something. I think he just wants to call me the N word. I think that's what it is. Boom. Go on mute for me for a second. Harold, how are you this evening, my friend?
I'm good, my brother. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Harold, on a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you for this new Trump administration? Or the direction of the country under this Trump administration?
Absolutely one.
Okay, perfect. All right, go on mute for me for a moment. And 45 Issa Demon? 45 Issa Demon? All right, I think that was an actual mistake. You keep spamming, can you join? But again, I feel like if I let you join, you're gonna do a racism, and I'm not interested in you
I
doing a
sent you a
racism.
text about that account.
Oh, okay.
Actually.
I feel like if oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Sorry, friend. Sorry, friend. All right, guys, keep tapping on the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Let's get the shares up to 150 shares. Guys, sharing is free. Sharing is free. I don't know if you guys know, but sharing is free. And there's 321 people hanging out here. Let's go ahead and get the shares up. Please. Let's get the shares up to 150 shares. 150 shares. Also, let's knock out these 1 cent goals, right? It's the GOAT, which if we can knock that out, it'll help push us out to the FYP. And if you have not sent your daily heart me, go ahead and request up. If you are interested, I'm going to leave these 3 boxes open. Right now, we have a pretty good balance, right? We have 2 people. Actually, hold on. 1, 2. Yeah, we got 2 people that they're not excited about the direction that the country is heading. We have 1 person who's a 5, the other person is a 3, but they are someone that voted for Trump. So guys, if you are interested, again, I would love to get at least 2 more people that are excited about the direction that the country is heading under this new Trump administration. So only, as of right now, only request up if you are excited about the direction that the country is heading under this new Trump administration. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started, guys. I just want to cover a couple of quick things before we get started, guys. Just a reminder, this is a safe and friendly community. What does that mean? That means that we don't participate in any of the isms. Racism, sexism, classism. We also don't do the phobias. Homophobia, transphobia, none of that. We don't play that on the panel nor in the comments. And also, hey, I'm a potato. Also, for the comments, please, be mindful. Do not use caps. Caps are for mods, and it will draw my attention away from the panel and to the comments. We don't want to do that, so please be mindful. Do not use caps. Do not use any of the isms or any of the phobias, because my mods will mute and block you. They do not play those games. Also, just a reminder for the people on the chat, please use TikTok friendly language. What is that? That means we want to say words like pew pew, underlive, C19, mustache man, all of those types of things that will protect not only your TikTok, but it will protect the live. And last but not least, guys, just a quick reminder, let's do all the wonderful things, right? Let's knock out, I'm going to keep resetting these gift goals to like smaller goals. And if we can keep knocking these out, it will help boost the live, push us out to the FYP. And guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And if you're over on YouTube, what up, YouTube? What up, Twitch? if you're over on YouTube and you want to support the live, you can definitely do so with a super chat. It is the best way to support the live from YouTube, and I will also read that message out. We have 2 people in the box, and again, I'm really hoping that we have more people that are excited about the direction that the country is heading under this Trump administration. So, old school, are you excited about the direction that the country is heading under this new Trump administration?
Okay, I have to be straightforward. Am I allowed to be here because I'm Canadian?
Friend, not tonight, but I appreciate you. You want to give your quick thoughts? 30
Yeah,
seconds,
no.
go.
Okay, go. Even though they are tariffing us and everything else, I think it is still a great thing for North America
What?
and for us to be back to the North American way.
What North America? You know they're saying America first, not North America first.
Yeah, but you guys protect us. So there's a significant difference.
Wait, which province are you in?
I'm in Manitoba.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
I know.
So you want to be the 51st state?
Nope, definitely not. But I am fine with him doing the
Terrifying is right. That was a Freudian slip, but you were absolutely right.
Yeah.
That was a Freudian slip.
But with the tariffs, because we have to pay our own way, because you guys are protecting us. There's no ifs, ands, or doubts about that. Do you have any thoughts on that, or?
Yeah, I do. I think that, and again, just to make this quick, and I'm gonna drop you down, my friend, but I think that there's better ways to go about that. If you want to renegotiate deals, if you feel like things are not equal, and I mean, we can go about getting that done the right way. But the thing that I do not believe in is alienating partners, right? And actually threatening and just all like there's so many ways that this administration could go about, trying to actually leverage what we do for Canada to get better deals versus the way that they're doing things. And so that's what I have a problem with.
Okay, no, and hey, as a Canadian, I respect that. That's fine.
Yep.
And
All right.
definitely drop me, and we're good.
Perfect. Thank you, friend. Keep watching.
Yep.
May I on the Canada thing?
Hold on one second. We don't want to talk about Canadian land. We want to talk about America. But give me a second. Is it Ollie? Ollie who? Ollie who?
Sorry, I was tapping. Didn't mean to
Okay.
talk.
No worries. I'm gonna drop you down. Love you more. Guys, massive W's in the chat for Godzilla over on YouTube, who sent a $1.99 super chat that has the rainbow flag, has the peace symbol, and has the trans flag. And you're just awesome. Thank you so much for that $1.99 super chat. Also, guys, massive W's in the chat for Christopher. Christopher sent a $1 donation saying sharing is caring, tapping is clapping, dang it. Please do all the things and keep it friendly just in case Mama Jones is watching. I'm sure she will be watching at some point soon. Thank you so much. W's in the chat for Christopher. Guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24, best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. And again, over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. I'm going to leave these boxes open again. If you are someone that's excited about the direction that the country is heading under this new Trump administration, please go ahead and request up. We will give you a spot on the panel. We will give you a voice. And also, one last thing, massive W's in the chat for Genic74 over on Twitch, who just resubscribed or just subscribed with their Prime account. Thank you so much for that. You are absolutely amazing. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. So I want to start with Gil, or 2020 Gil, right? Can I just call you Gil? Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay, Gil. So you said that you are excited about the direction that the country is heading under this Trump administration, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, Gil, question for you. Where do you rank? Because it's been kind of all over the board when it comes to people that support Donald Trump, and more so what's happening when it comes to national security. So just to kind of in general start off, what are your thoughts on this whole Pete Hegseth, JD Vance, like just them actually giving out war plans? Like, what are your thoughts?
I think it was overblown. Do I think it was a good thing? No. I think the administration handled it very appropriately. So they're going to look at how they do that moving forward. However, they did say the CIA in its entirety uses Signal. So, and that this is nothing new. So Signal has been used in the government. Yeah, and I think it does raise real questions of how easy it is to get on there. Sure. But I think if you look at her, past, we had Clinton who had her own server. Not saying she destroyed the world over it, but she was in the same boat. So there's flaws on both sides for sure, but I think it was definitely overblown.
Oh, that is crazy. Absolutely, absolutely crazy. Okay. I guess the one problem that I do have with that, right, is I get the premise behind what you're saying, but when it comes to them, you know what? I'm gonna hold my thoughts. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna hold my thoughts. Alina, what are your thoughts? I mean, is it an overreaction? Should we be concerned? Like, where do we land with this whole war plans being exposed through Signal, and more so the people that were added in?
Yeah, I think that the issue is not even just that Signal was being used. Gil kind of like forgot to mention like the bigger issue is that they accidentally added a journalist. That could have been anyone that they added. It could have been like someone's gardener or something, just randomly added, and it seemed extremely careless. And I think that's why the government is so strict when it comes to electronic devices and what apps can be used, because these kinds of mistakes can be made, and it just looked bad. And just the conversation that was had and how it was a very like if they were playing Call of Duty, it was very like kids on the internet with the emojis and all that stuff. It's a serious thing. It's life or death. And I just think it was super immature and unprofessional.
Mm, mm. And you know what? I can't. Oh, I don't want to say. I'm gonna hold my thoughts. Perfect. Thank you, Alina. Thank you. Boom. What about you? I have not gotten a chance to hear your thoughts on it. Boom. Like, is that concerning to you that our war plans were shared with the media?
Yeah, I saw that today.
You just saw it today, Boom?
Yeah, I'm talking about. I saw the clip about it today, like how they spoke about Trump didn't know. They showed him saying that he didn't know. He wasn't aware about the guy. I forgot his name. The from the Department of Defense. What's his name again?
Pete
Begin
Hegseth.
with Picante, yeah, Picante, something like that.
Yeah, Pete Hegseth.
Saying that
Nope.
he wasn't aware of it and stuff like that.
Boom, do you actually know what happened?
Yeah, something that he put out a text or something about the war plans.
Okay, Boom. I'll give you a high level speed run, which I don't know where you've been, Boom, but this has been like big news for this entire week. So, Boom. What actually happened was, you know that the United States actually dropped boom booms, not you, but dropped boom booms in Yemen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Pete Hegseth, along with Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, J.D. Vance, the Vice President, multiple high-level Trump administration officials were actually chatting back and forth, talking about trying to make a decision whether they were going to actually go through with those dropping of those arms in Yemen, trying to make the decision as far as if they were going to do it, when they were going to do it, and just things like that. Now, the issue with that is they accidentally added a reporter from the Atlantic onto the actual text thread through an app called Signal.
Wow.
So they didn't know that a random reporter was privy to all the information. So they're going back and forth trying to make decisions about whether or not when they're gonna execute these strikes, how things are gonna look, optics, plans, and then like before it started, they're still in the chat, and at no time did they realize that everyone that was in this chat there was one number that was there that wasn't a part of the administration.
Wow.
And so the reporter didn't say anything. The reporter actually didn't believe it at first, but finally, after it happened, the reporter not only published the story, but published all the receipts to show the communication, the back and forth, all of the transcript. It's been verified. And so that's where we stand. So now, understanding that high level speed run of the information boom, what's your reaction?
That's very messy
Messy.
and irresponsible. Like I said, it's not on purpose. So things happen for a reason.
Things do happen for a reason, boom.
Yeah, if it wasn't done on purpose, that's something it's supposed to happen that way for a reason.
That's super interesting, boom. All right, hold tight for me a second. Harold, Boom seems to think that Harold Boom seems to think that things happen for a reason, and yeah, Harold, what do you think? Is this a big deal or not a big deal? I'm going to send you a request to come off mute, Harold. Harold, are you there? Harold going once. Harold going twice. All right, Harold, I'm going to drop you down. Dill, remind me, you said that you voted for Trump, right, or no?
No, I voted for Harris.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Dill, what are your thoughts? Is it a big deal? Not a big deal? Boom seems to think that, everything happens for a reason, and, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to throw my personal experience in this. I used to do GIS work, geospatial information science. So I used to do a lot of mapping and stuff. And 2 of my contracts were DoD contracts. One of which was Afghanistan under Obama, and the second one was Ukraine under Biden.
I don't be bothered ever.
So both of these, I had to be interviewed to get my security clearance, and on top of that, I had to be in a SCIF, a secured area, for me to do this mapping project. These were the only 2 projects I ever had where I could not take my work home with me. I could not talk I couldn't. There was no me talking about it with anybody outside of my secure area. So this is to me, and I'm not I tried to do the military thing. I joined there. I signed up for the Air Force. A medical thing came up, and I ended up getting kicked out during basic. I got a medical discharge during basic. But this is a pretty fucking big deal to me.
Language friend, my mom watches this live. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can definitely appreciate that. I can absolutely appreciate that. Gizzy _254. Gizzy, are you there? Gizzy. Nope, I don't think Gizzy understood that they were actually requesting up. All right, guys. So again, I have a couple of boxes open. If you are someone that's excited about the direction that the country is heading under this Trump administration, go ahead and request up. I will give you a spot on the panel. We have 2 people up here that are excited about the direction that the country is heading. They do support and voted for Trump. We have 2 people that are not. Doctor denied, defend, and depose. Doctor. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for the direction of the country under this new Trump administration?
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Correct.
-100.
That's not how the scale works, friend.
That's how bad it is. It broke the
scale. I know, but you got to go 1 to 10.
Okay, all right. 1 to 10, 1.
Okay. Doctor, give me your opinion. What's your thoughts on the actual
the breaking news of the text messages, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So regarding Signal and its security risks and stuff like that, I do keep hearing about everybody with clearance uses Signal. I don't know how factual it is, and I don't know like the ins and outs of Signal, the application itself, or anything like that. But regarding the Jeffrey Gold is that his name? Jeffrey Goldberg, Jeffrey Goldberg.
Not Goldblum. I think it is Goldberg. Anyway, yes, the Atlantic reporter.
Yeah, that is. Oh man, for them to include a reporter, out of all people to include a reporter, I don't think it was a mistake. I think somebody on that team, on the Trump team, is a spy. That's a conspiracy. That's my conspiracy.
Oh, don't make me grab my tinfoil, friend.
Yeah,
this is not
bro.
sparring.
Because that is so unbelievably stupid.
Well, and see, this is the initial thought that I had on Monday, and it's that I've shifted away from believing that they're just like I do think that this administration is actively harmful, but I think they're dumb. Just my opinion. But anyway, okay, give me a second here. All right. So I think Gil, did you have your hand up in the chat? I thought I saw your hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess to continue on this, where do we go from here? Right? The administration has come out and said that they're looking into it and that they don't approve of it. You had Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is one of the craziest MAGA people in Congress, come out and say she thought it was messy. I mean, what do you do? Right? The mission was successful. You learn from it, you acknowledge it, and you move on. And everybody on the left who was freaking out about this did not have that same energy when 13 people were unalived in Benghazi, when Clinton had a personal server in her house knowingly, right? This is the difference. They didn't know that this reporter was in there, right? Clinton knew that she had a personal server, and it's so funny when the pendulum swings the Republicans' way, it's like, let's dissolve their administration. But when it's Clinton, it's like, well, let's just do nothing about it. There was no harm that was done. Because if we use that same logic, no harm was done with this. So now what?
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
the same
Hold
thing
tight.
can be said.
Wait, 1 second, doctor. Hold tight for me. Okay. Alina, what does accountability look like? Because so I understand somewhat what Gil was saying in the sense of like, what do you want, right? But I think it's about accountability for the administration. So what does accountability look like for you with the actual, with what we know, with the fact that yes, the actual mission was completed successfully, no one was injured, but this actual information being leaked, and it could have been something different. What does accountability look like for you, in your opinion?
I mean, how about what was done with Clinton? I think it's interesting that he said that nobody cared, nothing was done. When I recall, hours and hours and hours and a lot of money spent on investigations and hearings, and like she was literally grilled over and over. So I just don't understand like how anyone could say that nothing was done. But accountability would look something like that. There should be hearings. They should figure out a better protocol, I guess, on if they're going to be using this app. I'm sure there is a protocol, truly. So who ignored it? I mean, I just think that it could have been much worse, and to just be like, oh well, we're looking into it. I just don't see the same heat as Clinton got.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I do very much remember like it was a big freaking deal. Nobody thought it wasn't a big deal.
Absolutely. Reppin, welcome back, friend. How are you?
What's up, Santana?
I'm surprised you came back.
I stay on the lives.
Okay. Reppin, so question for you, because and I'm sorry, just for the people that don't know who you are, can you tell the people 1 to 10, how excited are you as far as the direction of the country under this new Trump administration?
I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
You got to give them a
like
number,
7.
remember?
7.
Okay. All right. So I know you got into this last night, so I don't want to rehash or relitigate the actual point that we spoke about last night as far as your thoughts about it. But I do want to hear what are your thoughts as far as like accountability, right? Because Gil did ask a good question. Like, what would you like to see happen next? And as someone who is right leaning, someone who voted for Trump, what does accountability look like for you in this situation? Like, are you willing to say no harm, no foul, or what?
So I watched the second Senate hearing on my way home from work, and I mean, precise location, timing. There was a lot of things that they weren't very specific on, but I mean, bottom line, I feel like Walls should resign, and I feel the same way about the rest of the administration. Like Pete Hegseth has nothing to do with it. Like Donald Trump said, he has nothing to do with it. So, but we'll see what happens. But I feel like Walls should resign.
So you do feel like there should be some level of accountability where someone has to actually lose their job.
I do.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Perfect. Give me a second here. Guys, I'm sorry to break up the flow, but holy crap. Holy crap. Massive, massive W's. I mean, like an insane amount of W's in the chat for Positively Nat over on YouTube, who sent a $50 super YouTube super chat, which is insane. Holy smokes. Thank you so much, Positively Nat. She said, because you deserve more than $1 to $5. No shade to anyone. But I also allow other people to I also follow other people debates, and no shade to the host either. I just want to thank you so much for speaking about what people of color are doing. You and Dean, don't stop. Positively Nat, you are absolutely insane for that 50. That is the largest super chat I have ever received. That is insane. Thank you. I want to see, like, guys, just so many W's going. That is incredible. Wow. Thank you. Like, that is insane. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry to break up the flow, guys. That caught me off guard. Okay. So, doctor, you're getting ready to share your thoughts on it because so it sounds like we have kind of a back and forth. What does accountability look like for you in this situation?
I mean, it's similar to what Alina said earlier, which was that you had people on the right like just berating her, grilling her, and they'd never let it go up to, like, they probably let it go now because now that their own has done something similar, but they haven't let it go. And then you got people under Trump's team lying under oath.
That part.
Tulsi Gabbard and the other gentleman, I forget his name, but they lied.
Pete Hegseth.
Yeah, no, not Pete Hegseth, but the other.
He definitely did lie.
No, he did lie.
Oh too, no, he didn't testify. I'm sorry.
But no, yeah. But I'm talking about the other gentleman that lied under oath. That was
Ratcliffe.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, these people lied under oath, and I don't know if you saw this, but they were doing a little bit of like throwing each other under the bus kind of thing. Like this administration, like y'all Trumpers gotta admit, like your administration is just a fucking joke. Like,
language, friend. My mom watches this live.
Well, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. And mom, to his mom, please forgive me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think she's here yet. She'll be here later, but you got to get that out your system, friend.
I'm so sorry. But yeah, y'all got to admit, this is a joke. This is a true, like, you want to talk about Biden? This is a joke.
Okay. Give me a second. Boom. Coming back to you. I know you actually came, like, you're just now getting some of this information, so you're not necessarily up to speed on it. But yeah, so they did have Senate hearings, and more information came out from the Atlantic Reporter after the Senate hearings verifying that, yes, they went in front of the Senate and lied, and, you know, they lied under oath. Like, does that change your opinion at all, knowing even more that they're not only are they dodging accountability, but they're lying and openly being found out about their lies?
Lying about what?
Lying about the actual communication, basically, that it didn't happen and those things weren't said and certain information wasn't shared.
Oh, they saying that the information about the that war situation wasn't shared.
Yeah, they said the information wasn't shared. They said it wasn't true. They said
Oh
they said
yeah,
it wasn't true, and they testified under oath saying that it wasn't true, saying it wasn't classified information. It was basically a lot of different stuff.
yeah. And they're not gonna admit that because that's revealing. So they're gonna downplay that. That they're not gonna admit that in front of anybody. Something like
Yeah,
that.
but like that doesn't change your opinion knowing that they actually lied under oath about it.
My opinion about what?
Never mind, boom. Just hold on. Give me a second.
I'm just saying. I say that. Listen, I say that because I expect the government. I expect certain things. I don't think they some angels or something. To me, they gonna do. They already corrupted me. The whole system is corrupting me. So I don't look. I don't expect
The
nothing else.
government corrupted. The government corrupted you, boom.
I said they are corrupt to me.
Oh, they're corrupt to you. Okay, I thought you said they corrupted you. Okay.
Like I said, I don't see no CMOS commercials or fruit commercials or vegetable commercials. They got all these other commercials for stuff that ain't good for you. So I don't see nothing going on with this government that they projecting. Look at the music that's played. They got. They're not projecting nothing good with their power. No matter who's in office, they got bad music and bad food and other stuff going on.
What? All right, go back on mute for me, boom. Okay. Let me read these off real quick, guys. Massive W's in the chat for Kimberly. Kimberly sent a $5 donation saying, I'm going on vacation Friday, so I'll take my money. I love y'all. Thank you so much, Kimberly. You are absolutely insane for that $5 donation, and have a great time on your vacation. Also, guys, massive W's in the chat for Jesse, who sent a $3 donation saying, Boom got clowned so bad to the point where he was forced to get off of Jess Live yesterday. Boom, you're a glutton for punishment, or is it a kink? You get schooled time and time again on these lives. It's so embarrassing at this point. Massive W's in the chat for Jesse for that $2 donation. Guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. Gil, I know you have your hand up, but I want to come to Jim. Jim, you have not had an opportunity to speak. Jim, on a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you about the direction of the country under this Trump administration?
Like 1.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. What are your thoughts? I mean, I know. So kind of wrap it up in a bow for me. Tell me your thoughts on the situation and then push it forward and tell me what do you think accountability looks like. What up, twin? Sorry, go ahead.
It's just embarrassing. Very bad look, embarrassing. And yeah, they're denying it. Even worse.
So what does accountability, geez Louise, accountability look like to you?
It looks like acknowledgement, and they're not acknowledging anything right now.
Mm.
And the White House press secretary, I forgot her name, like Caroline something. She like lied about it or said something like that. I forgot. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fair enough. Give me 1 second. W's in the chat for Darius, who sent a $2 donation saying, is Boom drunk? No, Boom. I don't think Boom drinks. I think this is just like his natural frequency. Boom, is this just your natural frequency?
I don't know what they're talking about, man.
But this is just who you are, right, Boom? Like this is just you, right?
They remember I don't drink or I don't do that kind of stuff. So
I didn't think so. This is just your natural frequency.
So if they doing that wine after work, I don't do the wine. They do wine after work. So they talking to me. Like I have a friend, the relationship I was in. Mm-hmm. She used to drink after work. I didn't drink. So I go pick her up. We talking. I sound is different in our communication. So if you drinking and stuff after work, if you talking to me and I'm making sense, I'm not going to sound right to a bunch of people that are drinking after work. I don't do that. That's why I hang around my family, certain people, my friends and stuff. because they do that kind of stuff.
Wait,
So
so
I take care of my
so it's
son.
the rest of us, Santana. You heard that?
I was just wondering if I need a drink to better understand Boom. Is that what you're saying, Boom? If I go get some Uncle Nearest, like, would I understand you better? Or worse, I'm confused, Boom.
I'm saying I don't drink after work.
Right, but never mind. Okay, hold on, Boom. Gil, you had your hand up again. Floor is yours, friend.
Yeah, I hear people on here talking about how this administration had no accountability and how they lied about it. And again, I will continue to go back to Hillary Clinton. We had James Comey, the director of the FBI, come out and say that not only did she have classified material, of which she had top secret material, the highest classification, to which she denied in her congressional hearing. So she also lied under oath. And it's not, well, because she did it, now we can get away with it. The point that I'm making is if you're going to try to grill the Republicans because they had a mishap, which doesn't make it okay. There's a lot to learn from it, but there was no harm that was done. Period. End of story. There was a reporter was on here, the mission was successful, and they're moving on. Like, what? We can spend an hour talking about it. And I mentioned this, what do we do moving forward? You said hold it accountable. Did Donald Trump not already come out and say that he prefers in-person meetings? He doesn't like doing things over the phone. They're saying that this was preloaded on the phone signal. The CIA devices had it preloaded. I mean, I don't understand where you guys want to like move forward with it other than it happened and how we have to prevent it from not happening. But when this happened to Clinton, none of you guys said anything. But she can lie and have a server, and that is okay. It's a witch hunt when it's Hillary Clinton, but all of a sudden when the Republicans do it, it's the end of the world. Hers was knowingly. I'll land my plane there. Hers was knowingly. She knew she had this server. It wasn't like, oh, she had a server in her bathroom that she didn't know about. She knew it. They did not know that this reporter was on there. So intent is the biggest thing in any sort of crime. Was there intent? No, there was not.
Okay, so your logic is more so, well, it was a mistake. They didn't know that they were doing it. And so since they didn't know that they were doing it, it's not as big of a deal.
Absolutely. That's any crime. If the intent isn't there, it doesn't necessarily make you innocent, but intent is everything. They didn't
think so?
intend for them to be there, so they're going to move forward from it.
Okay, cool. Let me share this. This is one of my favorite quotes. And I don't think my wife is watching right now. So I'll share the quote. And I say this all the time when she and I, like, when we're having a disagreement and I say something stupid, which, fun fact, I tend to say a lot of things stupid, not just in my personal life, but on live. Anywho, intent only matters to the person committing the action, not to the people that it affects. So you can have the best intention or not mean to attend and not intend to offend someone or not intend to hurt someone, but the intent only matters to the person committing the action, not to the people that it was actually affecting. And you know, bottom line is the actual action has not only jeopardized our national security in the sense of, you know, this one military mission, but it jeopardizes our standing in the world, which is already on shaky ground, because now you have our partners wondering like, hey, can we share secret information with them because we don't know if this information is going to get out. You know, and I said this last night, and I truly mean this. Like, if we can't do the small things successfully, then how are we going to handle the large things?
But
like, that's the problem.
Though, I don't want to cut you off, but we have Donald Trump was president for 4 years. He took out the leader of ISIS. He took out second in command in Iraq. He met with the North Koreans. He met with Vladimir Putin in Helsinki. He took out Baghdadi. So, I mean, he has walked the walk, and nothing like this has ever happened. So this is
he absolutely has, but there have definitely been issues as far as what he's done. I mean, even when you talk about You mentioned a bunch of things. You mentioned meeting with Putin, right? I mean, like, yes, he met with Putin, but in the same hand, he sat there and said that he didn't believe our intelligence agency. He believed what Putin was saying. But I think the bigger thing that I would like to make the point, and I'm going to pass it around the panel because I don't want to talk too much. The biggest thing that you want to keep in mind is the difference between um, the difference between the last administration and this administration is the actual people that were around Trump, right? The actual people that were, the generals that were in place, the quote unquote guardrails, the thing that Donald Trump has made sure to do this administration versus last administration is the people that he has brought into power. The people that will no longer tell him, no, right? I mean, that's why he brought in Pete Hegseth, right? Because Pete Hegseth is not going to tell him no. Like it's a whole thing. But let me say these couple of things, and then I want to pass it around the chat because I want other people to be able to speak. Holy! I almost dropped the F-bomb. I'm sorry. Okay, so let me. Holy smokes, you guys are crazy. Massive W's in the chat for Jay Mule, who sent a $10 super chat, said, "What's good? Mishandling national defense information includes unclassified information too. DoD and intelligence communities know Signal isn't authorized to communicate that kind of stuff. 20 years intelligent vet." W's in the chat for Jay Mule. Jay Mule, you are always freaking amazing. You're amazing. The craziest amount of W's in the chat for Positively Nat, who sent a $100 super chat over on YouTube saying, again, Keynes, I got paid today, and my broke. Hold on. Keynes, I got paid today, and my broke, but family is MAGA. Immigrant family, it's definitely a cult. And you and Dean keep reminding me that I'm not crazy. Keep educating these people. I can't with my family anymore. And then they ask why they haven't heard from me. Listen, Positively Nat, that is crazy. That is absolutely insane. Thank you so much for that $100 super chat over on YouTube. I'm sorry to hear about your family. Like, listen, in a crazy world, the same person seems the most craziest. So keep that in mind. W's in the chat for Christopher, who sent us $10 super chat to say, would you mind sending, oh yeah, I definitely will. Would you mind sending $5 to Alina, please? You both are my absolute favorite creators and are even better people. I'll absolutely send that over. Thank you so much. W's in the chat for Christopher. And also W's in the chat for... Thank you so much. Yeah. W's in the chat for Jesse. Jesse sent a $3 donation saying the reporter was added to the group chat. Someone from Trump's team added him to the thread. Yes, we know that. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Priscilla, who sent a $2 donation saying, Boom is just 2 days late and $5 short. I'm shocked that we're up here trying to get Boom up to speed, but yes, we are. Massive W's in the chat for Andrew, who sent a $5 donation saying, fire raid if Hegseth was active duty. UCMJ actions. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot to be said about that. But again, going back around the panel and Hutu, that's how we say your username, right? Hutu?
Come on, man. Wodo.
Oh,
Wodo, fool.
Wodo. That's Pharaoh. Hey, okay. I need you to shine some light on this for me. Where do you stand? Because like Gil's point is he feels like this is just a situation of everything's okay, we need to move on. And Reppin, who is another Trump supporter, but Reppin is like, no, like, yeah, we need to move on, but there needs to be accountability. And he thinks that Waltz needs to lose his job. Boom is another Trump supporter who just found out about this today. So there's that. What are your thoughts?
All right. Boom must be related to James Brown because I don't understand what he's talking about. 2020, you can tell he's never been in any kind of armed forces or served his country. For him to spout some of the silliest stuff that I ever heard. One, that was classified information. Two, regardless, even if it wasn't, if anything goes over unsecured line, somebody's going to be responsible. Just to sit up there and talk about, well, I'm sorry, you about to say something?
No. Someone just came on the panel. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right.
Finish. Yep.
The second thing was talking about, Clinton did it, and y'all wasn't worried about it, but y'all was all up on Clinton. And if something would have happened to Clinton, then what would happen? The same thing that should happen now. So regardless, you say nothing happened, y'all still tried to get something to happen. So therefore, shut up, let the process go. Now, mainly, I think nothing's going to happen because of the fact that your leader lies. He lies a lot. We all know that.
Hold on, Reverend. Stay on mute for me, please, my friend.
So therefore, bro, you need to be quiet. Take a seat. Somebody that's against the law. If something like that happened, somebody needs to be fired. First, they should have been.
Clinton.
Hold on. Wait. 1 second. Seriously, guys. Hold on, Gil. Wait. No. Hold on 1 second. Seriously, guys. We don't do the over talking here. One at a time.
Watch your mouth.
Slow down. Listen, I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to respond.
Shut up, dog.
Hold on. No, seriously. Everybody stop. If anyone else comes off mute when it's not your turn to speak, I'm going to drop you. Please. We're respectful here at Late Night. I promise you, I'm going to give you an opportunity to respond and speak. Please stop coming off mute when it's not your chance to speak. Pharaoh, go ahead and finish your sentence.
Wodo, yo. What the Pharaoh is that?
Pharaoh, yeah.
Wodo. All right. I didn't mean to hurt anybody's feeling, especially talking to your boyfriend, so I apologize for that. But the thing about it is this. Regardless, there should have been some kind of article, then it should have been some kind of firing. That's the way it's supposed to go. You are responsible. Not no, it's just, hey, and laugh about it. That doesn't happen. If that information would have got out before it should have got out, somebody could have got killed. One of our people got killed.
Unalive.
Excuse me. Would have got unalive. And then you would have said, and then sit up there and try to make, I don't know, I'm getting flustered. My blood pressure going too high. So I'm going to let this go. My brother Isaiah's on. So, hey, y'all have a good one.
All right. Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you. All right. So, Reppin, I want to give you a chance to respond. I know he's not here, but I still want to give you an opportunity to respond.
All right. So I want to, watching the hearing today, there's one thing I heard. I forgot his name, the CIA director, but he started off with, why are we sitting around talking about this signal message over and over and over again with this shoulda, coulda, woulda, but yet we're not sitting here talking about how successful the mission was and how we are making Americans more safer than we were, a couple weeks ago. I stand firm. I stand with America. I stand with Trump. And like I said, yes, there needs to be some accountability, but I don't want to feed into the whole far left wing where they just want to take down the whole administration. And no, it's not happening. It's just not happening. That's how I feel.
Okay. That's a statement. All right. Let's do this real quick. Victor, how are you this evening, my friend? Victor, are you there? Victor, I'm going to send you
Hello?
There we go. Victor, on a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you about the direction of the country under this Trump administration?
1.
Okay, fair enough. I'm sure you've been listening to the conversation, so I don't want to start all the way over, but to what Reppin just said, do you think that we're overlooking like the positives as far as what happened and focusing too much on like the failures or the actual reporter and not focusing enough on the quote unquote success of the mission? Like, is it being overblown?
No, it's not being overblown. And I'm gonna just say, I think the biggest problem is that this whole sector of the military, like Peter Heseth and all them, that they, Tulsi Gabbard included, that they got running all of this stuff. Every last one of them are highly, and I'm going to say again, highly unqualified for the position. And that's the whole problem. And that's why this is happening. And you guys, y'all supporting this crap. Y'all think this type of stuff is not going to happen again? Yes, it's going to happen again.
Mm.
It's going to happen. It's going to keep happening because you're dealing with a huge number of unqualified people in this administration. And I cannot understand for the life of me how anybody with any kind of common sense would support this administration.
Mm.
You wouldn't want to go to nobody's job or nobody's place of business and do business with these people. You wouldn't go to a mechanic and say, "Hey, I want you to work on my car," if you had a whole shop of people that had no clue of what they doing. But you all right with all these people that ain't never done the job before, don't have no previous experience, super unqualified to run your country. You have no problem with that. America first, and I stand with Trump. But they ain't got a qualified bone in their body. And ain't nobody in that administration is qualified to do anything, nor is Trump qualified to be a president.
Mm.
That's the whole problem. And that's why we go through so much chaos when Trump is in office and he's back in office again. And guess what we're doing? We're going through a whole bunch of chaos again. And it's going to continue until he gets out.
Okay.
And I'll land my plane.
Okay. Listen, and that was a smooth landing. Okay. All right. Yeah. So let me just. I want to come to, so this is what I want to do, just to let everybody know what's going to happen, right? I want to come to Gil, because Gil, I would love to hear you respond to what Victor just said. Victor, I'm going to put you back on mute. So I want to go to Gil. So Gil, you can respond to what Victor just said. I want to come to KP so we can introduce KP. And then from this point, I want to start swapping out some of the friendlies, because we have a lot of friendlies in the box. So I'm going to come to Alina for final thoughts, and then Doctor for final thoughts, and we're going to get some new people on the panel. Oh, Harold, I got to come back to you as well. So, but that's what we're going to do. Massive W's in the chat for Jade Mule over on YouTube, who sent a $5 super chat to say Trump could have just declassified the info with his feelings, like he did with the Mar-a-Lago. Listen, we know that Trump has like telekinesis to declassify. So yeah, there's that. W's in the chat for Jay Mule. Thank you so much for that super chat, guys. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in Linktree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Best way to support the live. Anything is accepted. Everything is appreciated. And you can always send a super chat on YouTube. Gil, would you like to respond to Victor? Because he made some strong points. I mean, like, you don't... I'm sorry. I'll just give you the floor.
Yeah, it's grade A leftist political hyperbole that does not work for you guys. It has never worked for you guys, and it alienates your side. To say that the entire Trump administration is chaos through and through when it's not is political hyperbole, and it will not help you guys win. He's just saying no matter what Trump is going to do. I mean, but this is the thing with somebody like Victor. And Victor, this is nothing towards you personally, because there's a lot of people out there who feel the same way. You will never like Donald Trump, ever. And there's a reason why this live is labeled the Trump administration is failing, and all we've talked about is this one stupid thing that the administration has already acknowledged and already wants to figure out how to prevent this from happening. Trump said he's not even for using Signal and to move forward. But we've talked about this one thing for an hour. We haven't talked about any of the other things that the Trump administration has done, because we just want to fixate on this non-issue. But somebody like Victor, again, doesn't care when Clinton does something like this. But as soon as it's Pete Hegseth or Ratcliffe or anybody else, it's off, they need to go get fired. But Clinton didn't get fired, right? And people will say in the chat, I'm obsessed with Clinton. No, I'm really not. I'm obsessed with the double standard that I'm now living through. But at the end of the day, man, I'll land my plane. The political hyperbole, and this is for everybody in chat, watching, host, everybody. The constant political dramatization of the Trump administration is hurting you guys. You will never win an election when you say everything is terrible, nothing is good, and we will never see the light of day. The drama is exhausting. Purely exhausting.
Okay. All right. That's a fair statement. The one thing that I would like to kind of touch on, well, we do have multiple topics on the background, but the reason why we kind of focused on this one is because it's a big deal. You might not think it is, but it's a big deal. But let's go and let's keep moving. KP, what are your thoughts? The floor is yours, friend. Are we hyperfixating? Are we going to continue to lose? Like, where do we stand?
First off, how's it going, Santana? You doing all right?
I'm doing good, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's good to see you. It's good to see the panelists. No, I don't think that this is hyperbole, not by a long shot. Speaking to what Gil or Glee, whatever his name is, was saying, you hit the nail on the head, but you're going the wrong direction. The Hillary Clinton emails were not something that were just pushed aside. It was something that has been nonstop talked about for 8 years now going on. And the second that something is actually leaked, official plans that they had were now being leaked through the Signal chat, it's all of a sudden not a big deal. But for years, we've had to listen to Trump talk about Hillary and her emails. So that's just point number one. Point number two is it underlines the fact that the people that he is appointing are supremely unqualified to be in the position that they are in. When you look at somebody like Pete Hegseth, his highest ranking is major, which is not like, I'm not dissing on that, but you compare that to someone like Jim Mattis, who is a 4-star general, or Robert Gates, who was the CIA director, who had decades of experience in defense and intel. Pete Hegseth does not hold a candle to these people. He served in the Army National Guard, and he has never once ran a department with the sheer size of our United States military with an $800 billion budget and millions of employees. So that's just bad faith, that kind of argument. But Santana, no, overall, I don't think that this is being dramatized. In fact, I don't think it's being talked about enough. They want to sweep it under the rug and get on to the next issue at hand when someone needs to be held accountable, because I think Victor pointed out, one of these times it's not so harmful. The strike was carried out, everything went according to plan, but next time something could go wrong very drastically. And there are a lot of people who have family in the military who are very, very upset about this handling and how it's been going. And we knew this. People were saying how unqualified these people were to be in those positions, and nobody listened because precisely what you're saying. You just chalk it up to, oh, it's TDS. They're not to be taken seriously because they just hate Trump. No, actually, I literally could give a shit. Oh, I'm sorry.
Language.
Sorry. I could give a crap about Trump. I care about what's happening in the country, and this is just underlying what the next 4 years is going to look like. So with that, I guess I'll yield on that.
Okay. I had to check. My mom still isn't here yet, so we're okay. All right. W's in the chat for Jesse. W's in the chat for Jesse, who sent a $3 super chat to say, 2020 Gil, let's shift gears. Can you name 2 Trump policies that he's passed in the previous administration or current administration, or the current one, that has personally benefited you? Jesse, that's letting him off the hook, but Can you, Gil? Can you name 2?
Sure can.
Actually, sure.
Yeah. So I live in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and we can start with our terrible governor, Maura Healey, who came out against the Trump administration and Tom Homan for wanting to do deportations. Tom Homan, about a week ago, had to do that too. Showed up in Boston and arrested 370. I think it's even more now. Criminals, and some of these are disgusting criminals. I mean, crimes against children.
Hey, Gil, let me read this again for you, because I hear you talking for him, but I don't think you heard the question. So
no, I did. So that is a policy. Mass deportation of criminals is one.
So again, let me read it again because I don't think you heard the question. So I'm gonna start over. W's in the chat for Jesse, who sent a $3 donation saying 2020 Gil, let's shift gears. Can you name 2 Trump policies that he passed in the previous administration or current one
because he
that
passed
personally
one. He passed
benefited you?
one. It was Trump. It was the Trump tax cuts. Why would you
So the
ask a
TCJA,
question?
the
Why would you
TCJA.
ask a question though that you know that the answer isn't there? He didn't. His Congress didn't pass anything. In fact, the one thing he did want
I
to
think
pass
that's
was border
Jesse's point.
security.
I think that's
No, it's
Jesse's
not
point,
Jesse's
friend.
point.
No, it is.
About? Okay,
It's
so
literally his point.
okay, so how come Harris was so bound to do the bipartisan border bill that supported border wall funding, and Nancy Pelosi wasn't during his congressional term, which led to the longest government shutdown in our history of 35 days. This was in 2018.
It sounds like a pivot. Sorry.
No,
it is,
not a
but
pivot.
it is. But
No,
hold
you
on.
asked
So
me a
listen.
question
Hold
and
on.
there's no answer to it.
So just to be clear, the reason why Kamala Harris was willing to actually pass that bipartisan border bill is because it was just that bipartisan border bill, and there was not direct funding for the border wall. Donald Trump wanted direct funding for the border wall and couldn't even get that passed through his administration when he had the House, the Senate, and the presidency.
That's my point. You're asking me, what did he pass? We know what he passed.
But
it was a piece of tax legislation.
But
so why
and see,
would you
that's
ask me a
Jesse's
question?
point. That's Jesse's point. But that's Jesse's point.
But why be disingenuous with the question when you know he didn't pass legislation and
but
he
you don't
operated
understand
on
what Jesse
executive
said.
orders?
Okay, cool. Hold on a second. Doctor,
Yes,
can you explain why Jesse would specifically ask Gil to name 2 pieces of legislation that was passed that directly benefited his life by Donald Trump?
I mean, I'm not going to assume Jesse's position on why he asked that, but I believe it's because he knows, as well as me, you know, Trump didn't pass a damn thing that helped him, that helped the common people's life.
Well, I mean, he passed Warp Speed, which got the C-19 vaccination out faster than any country in the world, to which we distributed all over the world. That helped me. I got
one.
my shot.
I agree with that. I completely agree with that.
Okay,
that's one.
What about the right to try? Allowing kids with illnesses that are fatal, allowing them to try experimental medicines and therapies that were once barred because they weren't FDA approved, giving kids a chance at life. Do you agree with that? Or do I have to be a disabled child with leukemia in order to say that that's something that affects my life? And again, I just want to land my plane with, it is so disingenuous to ask me a question when you know that Donald Trump didn't get to pass anything in his Congress. It's not a secret. I don't hide it, and we can talk about it. And I just told you why nothing passed, because they were not bipartisan. And now your same party wants to be bipartisan with the border bill, but didn't want to in 2018. It's exactly why they lost this election. So giggle now, but when you continue to lose your rights and continue to lose your elections in 0 swing states, and then you freak out about it, reference this conversation.
You say lose your rights?
Yeah, Roe v. Wade. It's all fun and games, FAFO. You know, we hear the TikTok.
That's crazy.
Hold on one second, KP. Let's allow this crash to continue to happen. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's it. You guys say FAFO. You live in this TikTok bubble of everything Donald Trump does is bad. Anyone who supports him is bad, and it doesn't work for you guys. I mean, you guys don't even have a candidate right now. You don't have a spokesperson for your party. This isn't even me crashing out. This is me. I'll be honest.
This is definitely you crashing out for him.
No. Because I wish Donald Trump had a check. I wish he had somebody who could run against him that was viable. Your own party ousted Joe Biden against his will after he said 5 times he was going to stay, and replaced him with Harris. And you guys thought she was going to win. I mean, dude.
Okay, so I'm going to cut you off there real quick. I'm sorry. Sorry, panel. Give me a second. Yeah. So first and foremost, you actually coming up here and saying, "Oh, keep FAFO and you will continue to lose your rights." One, absolutely gross. So insane for you to actually, even throw that out when knowing that women. Hold on, still speaking. I didn't interrupt you. Still speaking. Women are losing their lives over Roe v. Wade. because AB is healthcare. It's not something for you to tokenize just to say, ha ha, you lost that. That's not funny. And then you talk about Kamala Harris. Yes, Kamala Harris was not only a viable candidate, but the most qualified candidate to ever seek the office of the presidency for a first term.
Yeah, she
The
lost every
problem
swing
was,
state. Oh my
the
God.
problem, again, still speaking, host is still speaking. The problem is Joe Biden actually broke a contract that he had with Democrats. Joe Biden told people when he ran that he was going to be a one-term president. Joe Biden told everyone that voted for him he was going to be a transition president. So people that voted for Joe Biden, like myself, did not expect Joe Biden to run again in 2024. But then Joe Biden turned around and said, actually, I got more work to do, which no one wanted. Now, you couple that with the fact that Joe Biden had a massively unpopular position as far as his support in Israel. That's a problem. And then you couple that with the fact that Kamala Harris had 107 days to actually run for the presidency, which is a short amount of time compared to Donald Trump, who ran for office for 8 years. And on top of that, you talk about how this country was founded on racism and sexism. There is no way on God green earth that these white men were gonna let this black woman become president. That's why white men
That
came
Obama
out. I'm
one?
still talking.
Obama one?
I am still fucking talking.
Obama one though, right?
I am still talking.
But Obama one.
Again, still talking. There was no when this country was founded on racism and sexism. Racism and sexism. There was no way that they were going to let this black woman win the office of the presidency.
Why would you run her?
And see, because she was more, again, listen. I gave you all the time to stand on your soapbox and sit there and monologue. I let you be as ignorant as you wanted to be, and I didn't interrupt you. And I stopped other people from interrupting you. Now, this is the last time that I'm going to ask you to stay on mute while the host is talking, not while the panel is speaking, while the host is talking. With that being said, that's why white men turn out in the highest numbers ever to vote for a 34 count felon. That's what happened. That's absolutely what happened. So you can talk about Kamala Harris all you want to. You can talk about the Democratic Party all you want to. Listen, I think the Democratic Party needs a massive overhaul because they are not good. And I can sit here and criticize the party because they have a lot of work to do, and they have a lot to do before they can win elections again. But the fact that the Democratic Party is not winning elections does not speak to Donald Trump or the Republican Party, period. It's my thoughts. Excuse my language.
Host, can I speak, please?
Yeah, go ahead, Randy. I'm sorry.
Amen.
No, that was me, Doctor.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Doctor. Yeah, quick thought, and then I'm gonna have to swap you out, friend, so we can get some more people in there. I'm sorry.
All right, because he had brought. I mean, it's a shame It's a shame he left because he had brought many points, and I wrote them all down. So I don't know if he's still listening. I don't even remember his name. But so he constantly brings up, oh, that's why we never win elections. That's why we never win elections. Like, sir, like, respectfully, it's not even about elections. This isn't about elections. That's the problem with you guys. This is like a game to you. My team won. Ha 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 ha. People like people are losing their lives. People are losing their rights. This is not a joke. This is like, I don't know what else make you see that. Like, you got Trump going after the FAA that directly cost people their lives. You got Trump going after Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which has returned $5 billion into the hands of people like me and you. You got Trump going after EPA, which is a program that keeps your water clean and safe so you can drink. And not only that, he also mentioned, Democrats always talk about how bad this country is, how bad this country is. Um, our candidate did not do that a single time during her campaign. In fact, it was your candidate that did that. It was your candidate that constantly talked about they destroyed our country. Our country's a garbage. This, that, this, that, this, that. That's what something your candidate did. That's number two. I'm sorry. That's number five. Number six. Trump added $8 trillion to our deficit, and not just that, he added it unnecessarily. Now, Obama also added almost 8 trillion as well, and Biden added about 8.4. But both of them was for recovery reasons, like economic recovery. Trump was in a stage where our economy was it was in perfect standing. There was no reason for him to add that much debt to our I'm sorry to our deficit, and he did. And I also wanted to make a point about him talking about losing our rights or something like that, which I just thought was insane for him to say that. That shit was that's crazy. That's crazy. He was making a joke about losing rights. But anyway, that's all I got.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna switch you out, Frank, because we got more people in the box. But I appreciate you coming up and hanging out with us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you. Let's do this. Harold, are you there? I know you've been waiting for a while. Harold, what would you like to add to the conversation?
Yes, thank you, my brother, for allowing me to speak. Been watching for a while, just hadn't had a chance to be on live on your
I know
panel.
I was trying to get you in last night and we couldn't get you back on, so I'm really glad that you were able to come back.
Yes, sir. Okay, a couple of things. This incident, the latest incident with the military, is just one issue that is endemic of the Trump administration whole approach to national security. We are but one election away from Donald Trump being in jail for taking those documents that he took down to Mar-a-Lago. This playbook of throwing so many things at us, coming so fast, we tend to forget that these trials that he was getting ready to go through, he more than likely, according to Jack Smith, would have been convicted on all the counts that he was charged with. You look at what Pam Bondi did with dissolving the part of the Justice Department that investigates political corruption from foreign nations. You look at what Pete Hegseth said about Ukraine never being a part of NATO. You look at this whole overall approach that they have to national security, and you can see why they're utterly so dismissive of this latest incident. And if the pilots could speak and the people who were on that mission could speak, I'm pretty sure that they would say, damn right, it was a problem that this information was put over a quote unquote encrypted but not totally secure app for classified information, which, by the way, the Defense Department has already said prior to this that Signal was not an appropriate medium for sending out classified information. And as far as the election, I just saw today where there were two state house elections in Pennsylvania that Democrats won. And what is happening? See, revolution starts from the bottom up. Every weekend, there are tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of people who are in the streets. And it's quiet and it's brewing, and things are going to change. Now, on the economy side, we are definitely going to be heading toward a recession. If you look at these next 25% tariffs on all imported cars that are going to be coming to fruition in April, which, by the way, is the date that these other tariffs are supposed to hit. Mm-hmm. So, yes, this country is definitely headed in the wrong direction. The domestic policies of dismantling the support mechanism that most people need. Most people in this, the average median income in this country is $80,000 a year, and most of those end up on some kind of social service net that is being dismantled by the current president. So that being said, yes, this issue was a problem because it is indicative of the unqualified people that has been put into this administration. None of the national security team would have been able to get by any other hearing. Pete Hegseth got 50 votes against him. He got in by the skin of his teeth because of J.D. Vance. He was not a great choice. If you look at what he did with the whole Jackie Robinson fiasco, if you look at what he did again when he spoke out about Ukraine, he was the one that initiated the details about this mission. And if you look at again the whole approach to national security from Trump and his whole team, they don't take it serious. Now, what are our allies going to do? They are not going to share any more information with the U.S. So what does that do? That puts us all at risk. Talking about making the country safer. So, yes, this whole incident is a big problem. I think we are just hitting the tip of the iceberg. What else have they sent out on signals that the Russians or the Chinese might have captured? We don't know. So, yes, this whole issue is a problem. I think it's just the tip of the iceberg because when you look at this whole approach that they have to national security, you're going to see that there are more things happening than not. And eventually, I think they're all going to come to fruition.
Yeah. Listen, Harold, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It was well worth the wait. I couldn't agree with you more, and I think that's the problem that a lot of people aren't seeing, or at least the people that don't want to actually address it. It's the fact that it's the tip of the iceberg. And I keep saying this over and over and over, and I truly mean this. If you can't do the small things right, how are you going to do the big things right? It's a real problem.
Yeah, considering the way he had coddled up to Russia, eliminating everything that has to do with prosecuting or detecting foreign interference in our elections. That's the first thing he did. We have basically given Russia carte blanche to do what they want to do to our security system. He always said he believed Russia more than he believed his own intelligence agency.
Absolutely.
There's a picture that's being painted, and they're throwing so much stuff at us. Hell, we even forgot that he just released, 1,500 criminals. Some of them that's murdered.
Wait. No, we didn't forget because now he's talking about possible reparations. Yes, if you guys did not see that, he's talking about giving J6ers reparations. So there's that.
That's what I was getting to with my point. Yeah. So many things are happening so fast. And again, we are one election away. He would be right now sitting in the courtroom, probably get ready to stand up and get some matching bracelets put on his hands to be walked away had he not won this election.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that, Harold. I appreciate it. Give me 1 second here, okay?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Kay.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Just a quick mod announcement. We've been on for over an hour and a half, and we have not even hit 100,000 likes. And I know we can all do better than that. So can I get a timer, please, for 12 minutes? And
Why 12 minutes? That's such an odd number.
Because I really like messing with you.
I feel like I know you do, and no, mind, go ahead.
12 minutes.
Don't respond.
And can we please get to 125,000 likes in that 12 minutes? And if we get to 150 in those 12 minutes, then there might be a surprise for 2 possible winners in the chat. So tap it up. Please tap. No, it is not. KP, if you're on mute, that's fine. You can go ahead and do it. You can tap while you're in the box as long as you are on mute, because all you can hear is tap, 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 tap.
Tap, 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 tap.
And if everyone could share out the live and hit some of our gifting goals so we can get back out there on the FYP, that would be amazing. And I hope you guys are enjoying the evening.
Hey, Kay.
Yes.
Can you say hey to Boom?
Good evening, Boom.
I think Boom, boy, you know he likes to put his phone down. Boom! Boom! Come back to the phone. Hey, Debbie's in the chat for rent. Boom! Come back to the phone. Boom said that he doesn't trust the government because they don't have any commercials about CMOS.
I absolutely did hear that. It is
Yeah, man, what's up?
secret. I just wanted to say good evening to you, Boom. Thanks for joining us earlier than your normally scheduled appearance as we're closing up shop.
You're closing up.
Oh, God, Eddie, help me. So with that, I was just saying good evening, Boom. That's all. Good evening, Boom. I'll keep it short.
Good evening.
Okay.
Peace and love.
Tell him peace and love, Kay.
I said you too. And with that, I also hope knowledge falls upon. But also, thank you so much. You guys are tapping like crazy. It looks like we could get there. We got 9 minutes and 47 seconds to maybe get to 150. So I really appreciate y'all, and thank you so much. I hope you have a great night.
I just want to say something straight before you leave, Kay, because someone over on YouTube talking about 150K topless Santana. That is not happening. I would definitely get banned.
Say
that's what someone said over on YouTube. Like they are YouTube is wild.
They are, and I love them because
holy smokes, YouTube is unhinged.
But no, that is not the prize because some of us would not find that to be a prize.
Yeah, no, it's someone like me.
Okay. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. And you already made it past 125. You might as well go to 150 so that we can possibly get, 2 gifts. So, have good conversations. Randy, I'm so glad to see you because I think you're gonna really give us a good perspective, and I was really looking forward to hearing it. So, y'all have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Debbie's in the chat for W's in the chat for K, guys. W's in the chat for K. Guys, also W's in the chat for Caitlin, who sent a $20 super chat over on YouTube, and it just has this cute little like wavy emote that says "woo." Thank you so much for that $20 super chat over on YouTube, Caitlin. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Jesse. Jesse sent a $2 donation. Said, "Wait, what? Hold on. Yeah, this one. It said, wait, what? In what reality do you live in, Gil?" That was the earlier one. And then Debbie's in the chat for Jesse, who sent another $2 donation, said, damn, why do MAGA supporters lack impulse control? Gil, you were over talking the host, not an average panelist, but the actual host of a live. You couldn't wait your turn. 2 strikes, never mind. Yeah, Jesse, like they lack impulse control. We know that for sure. W's in the chat for Jesse for those donations, guys. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24, best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And you can also send a super chat over on YouTube. Also, YouTube, guys, we got memberships over on YouTube. You can become a member. And with becoming a member, you get access to our Discord. You get special customized messages. You get all these really cool emotes, all this other stuff. So if you are not a member, please, please, please consider becoming a member. And so I'm going to leave this box open. I know we have a couple of people in the request right now. I would love to get someone on the panel that's excited about the direction that the country is heading under this Trump administration. So if you are in, tell her to comment in the chat for me, please. If you are in the actual box and you are someone that's excited about the direction the country is heading, drop a me and I will bring you in. But with that being said, Randy, I want to give you the floor. Because Randy, I feel like we've been all over the place, and I think that people don't have an actual sense of understanding. Like, I know I got all these other things on the background, and we haven't gotten past this one thing, but I don't think people understand why we're talking so much about this.
I just want to jump in and say I'm dropping down. I appreciate you having me up. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just didn't
you're
want to
good.
leave
I
without saying
appreciate you,
anything.
friend.
Good.
Have a good one, guys.
You as well.
All right, you too. Harold and Doc said a lot of what I was going to say, but I will add this. When I think his username was 2020 Gil or something like that, when he mentioned about Clinton. Does anybody in here know the name Jack? What's his last name? Jack Tier. He was the airman last year that got 15 years for putting out classified information. Anybody in here remember that?
Yeah, I do.
See, that's one thing. Right. So yeah, text here. Somebody just put it in the chat. See, that's one thing that he didn't bring up. And like, because it was that, like I said, Doc and Harold covered most of it, but I'll say this one last thing before I get out of here, because I'm about to lay it down. Is that if you look at the Biden administration of how diverse they look. Now you look at Trump's administration, his cabinet, the only thing that's black in there is Scott Turner. That's it.
That's
But
it.
yeah, like I said, Doc and Harold pretty much covered what I was going to talk about.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just the fact they keep reverting back to Clinton, but they won't say nothing about what just recently happened. Yeah, all because Clinton did it. That was this many years ago. That doesn't make it right. And we see what happened. So that was pretty much it.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, hey, I appreciate you so much. I'm sorry they stole your thunder, but you're always welcome to come in here and bring it.
Yeah, that's what got me to join. When I heard him talking, I was like, okay, he's talking about Clinton. So yeah, but I appreciate it, man. You dropped me down so I won't mess up your algorithm. Y'all have a good one.
Gotcha. Thank you as well. Okay, so Teeter, you have not had an opportunity to speak. Teeter, how are you this evening? Teeters.
Hi, I'm good. Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to unmute myself.
No, you're good. Teeters, what would you like to add to the conversation?
I joined up initially when Gil Glee, the 2022, was up here, and he was talking about how we're just harping on the signal situation, and how we just needed to let it go, and all the things that he was saying. And I wanted to tell him, I don't know if he's still in here, that the fact that he's trying to minimize this is weird. I'm not in here to state my approval or disapproval because of my employments. However, in the job that I am, which we cannot make these types of mistakes. In the Department of Defense, we cannot make these types of mistakes. I have been to places where if that happened, my team isn't coming home. So it's not just, oh, we just need to let it go. We're hopping on this and Clinton did this and blah, blah, blah. That's not the point. The point is we did not become the military, the Air Force that we are by saying, oops, we made a mistake, or that's not that big of a deal. And it was just kind of disingenuous how he can say that we're putting too much emphasis on this, but what about Clinton? We're not talking about Clinton right now. That's not what we're dealing with right now. Her career has been forever impacted because of that. And we're basically just saying, well, they made a mistake this time. We should just move on. The people who are on that mission most likely don't feel that way. Their spouses don't feel that way. It's so rude to sit here and say we love, our troops, our military, they're putting their lives on the line, literally. For half the time, we don't even know for what. All we know is go. And you're saying, well, we just made a mistake. Mistakes cost people their lives. And you cannot tell a spouse, a child, a mother, a father, oops, we made a mistake. We'll get them next time. That's so disgusting. And as someone who's had to give the flag to children, who's had to give the flag to spouses, parents, grandparents, it's disgusting. And I hope he's in here and he's listening. You need to reflect. You cannot sit here and say you love the country, you love the military and the mission that's going on, and in the same breath say, well, we almost cost people their lives, but oh my gosh, we're making a big deal out of it. How do you fix people getting unalived by mistake over something that was completely preventable. You are supposed to be the Secretary of Defense and the rest of whoever was in the group chat, I don't remember, and you're entrusted with millions of lives. And I don't agree with the decision to put him in that position, but you're entrusted with millions of lives. 18-year-olds, fresh out of high school, people who served their entire, sorry, that's my dog, their entire adult lives are given to this country. And you can sit here in the very next breath and say, we're making too big of a deal about it. That's disgusting. To love this country, to be a part of this country, to be an American does not mean that our leadership is not above criticism. If you love where you live, if you love what you stand for, it's not above criticism. Saying it's not a left issue, it's not a Republican, Democrat, whatever issue. If you love where you live, if you love being an American, that does not mean that the next American, whoever is in a position of power, is above criticism. And to say that someone did something wrong does not mean that I disagree with every single thing that they do. That doesn't mean I agree. Just want to put that out there. But my point is, you cannot have two sides of the same coin, and being disingenuous and saying that people's lives being put at risk is just not a big deal. I rest my case.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I think that's something that a lot of people are taking for granted, and they don't actually get that point, right? I mean, the actual the actual position of power and just what we have to actually, or what the lives that they're accountable for, like it's not mistake, it's a whole thing. And I think that's the failure to understand. So before I move to the next person, you want to know, I'm gonna come to you. Let's do this real quick. So hey guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 200,000 likes. Let's get the likes up to 200,000 likes. Also, W's in the chat for Gene. Gene sent a $1 donation saying, this is by far the quietest and least active I've ever seen Boom be. Come on, Boom, get active. We need your wisdom. Listen, Boom keeps like going in and out. I don't know if Boom is just learning something or whatever. I don't know. But Doug is in the chat for Gene for that $1 donation, guys. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please, please, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated, guys. So you guys were promised 2 surprises if we got to 150,000 likes, and you guys blew that out of the water. So we have 2 lucky winners that got some surprises. W's in the chat for Kizzy for becoming a subscriber. Kizzy, you are now a subscriber. W's in the chat for Jessica. Hey, Jessica Walker, who's on the panel, for becoming a subscriber. Welcome to the family, guys. Make sure that you get in the Discord. Make sure you get into the Discord. W's in the chat for both of them. W's in the chat for you guys. You all are absolutely amazing. Thank you for knocking out that tap goal. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being a part of the community. You all are absolutely, absolutely amazing. Thank you, thank you. All right. You want to know. The floor is yours, friend. What would you like to add to the conversation?
Hi, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
So honestly, I wanted to join when that 2020
Gil?
also
Yeah.
up. Yeah, he very problematic, but mostly I just
Very.
wanted to ask, like, how did it feel to continue to walk into the point when he kept asking well, why would you ask this? Well, duh, that's why we're
Even what?
it was just wild to me. But also wanted to say W to Teeters because I agree with everything that was just said. I watched the international threat report with Senate, and just listening to Tulsi Gabbard and all, it's just disgusting. This is all so disgusting. It's so hypocritical. And it is wild to watch everything go down. I'm not surprised, but it's still wild. And it's just really scary to think about all of the people that are genuinely in danger, and we don't treat it that way. Well, we treat it that way, but a lot of people are not treating it that way. And to see that happen, I have family members, specifically my parents, were both in the military, and to think about that happening and them being a part of that, that's just terrifying. Like, I just can't imagine to be a family member of any of the people that were involved with any of that. So I don't know. All of this is just really scary and very annoying, and I'm just really appreciative of spaces like this. But I really came up because I wanted to ask Gil if that point, if it tasted good, because you just kept tasting it. It was right there.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. I think that, and I hope that he was actually gonna get the point, but I know he didn't.
No.
I know he didn't.
No.
And so we kept trying to speak, but yeah. You know what's funny? We have a couple of random people that just showed up in the chat, and they are all like they got 15 followers, and they're like, "Oh, MAGA." Well, fun fact, we give Trump supporters here an opportunity to speak, but I also don't think that these people are real. I don't think they're real. I don't think they're real. I would love to actually give them the floor so they can speak, but I don't think they're real. I don't know. MAGA Chloe, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. On a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you about the direction of the country under this Trump administration?
I would say like 9.
9. Okay, perfect. Excuse me, I'm sorry. MAGA Chloe, can you tell me a little bit more about why you would say a 9? And then also, I would love to hear your thoughts on the overall conversation, which we have more topics in the background, but do you think this whole, signal chat and all of those things are being blown out of proportion, or do you think that there needs to be accountability? Like, where are we?
Wait, accountability with what?
Do you think that someone needs to be held accountable for leaking national security information?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I feel like I can't negate that. I mean, I said 9. It's not perfect, but I feel like it's the best we got. And I feel like our country's going in a better direction than it has since like whenever Trump was last in office.
Okay. Tell me why you say that.
Well, we're getting rid of the woke agenda.
Got to get rid of that woke agenda.
Yep. What else? We're gonna pay less in taxes.
Yep, definitely gonna pay less in taxes.
Are gonna go down. I'm gonna be able to afford my groceries,
Yep, gonna afford groceries, absolutely. Hey, so MAGA, yep. MAGA Chloe, question for you. What year were you born?
2005.
Oh, okay. How old are you?
19.
You're 19. What month?
May.
Okay. All right. So you were reading off your script. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
What?
You were reading off your script, and I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
About what?
You were reading off your script as far as promoting Trump. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
I also like that he's not like pro killing babies.
Unaliving friend. Okay. So gonna pay less in taxes, not unaliving babies, groceries going down, and getting rid of wokeness.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that you that they told you to say?
This is all me.
Is it, friend? Are you sure about that?
Yes. I grew up Christian. I'm in Missouri.
You believe in Jeebus?
Yes.
I believe in Jeebus too.
My whole family, like my family has a church.
Hey, you know Jesus was a commie? Jesus was a goddamn communist.
Debatable.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think he'd be into all this woke stuff.
You don't think Jesus would have been woke? Well, first, okay, let's do this. Define woke. What is woke, friend?
I mean, it's all the crazy shit.
Language. What is woke, friend?
Like the kids in the litter boxes, saying they're cats. I mean, that's like real woke. The it pronouns.
First and foremost, so listen, okay, I'm gonna give you some advice. Is it Chloe or what's your real name? I'm sure they told you, like they told you to use the profile MAGA Chloe or whatever. What's your name? What can I actually call you?
Chloe.
Chloe. Okay, cool. Hey, do you know why? There's. What do you know about the kids in litter box story?
I don't know. I just saw it on Facebook.
Oh, you saw it on the old book face. Got it. Did you do any research?
I saw the pictures.
You saw the pictures. Yeah, the pictures are cute. Did you do any research about it?
Well, it's not just that.
No. I want to focus just on that though. Did you do any research about it?
I'm not gonna do research on kids using litter boxes. I feel like
you sure about that, friend?
Yes.
Okay. So why? Tell me one more time why you think that the kids were using litter boxes.
Because they think they're cats.
Kids are cute, right? Kids have great imaginations.
Not when they're like 17.
Yeah, no, you're right. Hey, would you like to know why there's litter boxes in the classroom and kids have to use litter boxes?
Because they're furries?
Would you like to know why?
Why are they furries?
Because the United States of America is leading the world in pew violence and mass unalivings. And so now schools have to actually put litter boxes inside of classrooms just in case there's a lockdown and kids can't get to the bathroom and they have to be able to use the bathroom. So now they actually have to use the bathroom in the litter boxes. Yes, that's actually why the litter boxes are there. So instead of, because you didn't know, you thought it was just cute furry stuff, when in actuality, instead of the United States addressing the actual 2A issue that we have, the solution was, well, let's just put litter boxes in the kids' classroom. And so just in case there was an actual mass unaliving, then they could just use the litter boxes instead of having to worry about getting out of the classroom. Now, with that being said, do you think we need to address 2A issues? Do you think that we have a pew issue here in the United States of America, Chloe?
I mean, a little bit, but if you're a good citizen, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to have one.
Okay. But again, so you think that we have a little bit of a problem, but yet you thought it was funny to talk about litter boxes in schools without doing any type of research, showing that you didn't know what you were talking about, and now having an understanding as far as why they're actually there. You still don't think that, we need to actually have common sense pew reform? Or is that just not on your MAGA talking script?
I mean, like, I think if you have a felony or something, you shouldn't have one. We should keep
That's not what I'm asking, friend. You know what's funny, right? So what I think is funny is paid actors, right? The funny thing about going into people's lives, and whether you're going to actually go into people's lives and you're going to actually type stuff or be a bot or whatever, but then actually coming up on a panel, which, you show some testicular fortitude, but getting up on a panel when you actually have to talk to someone, and you ran. Listen, this is what happens when bots come to late nights with Santana. I will take you into the deep water and see if you can swim. And they can't swim. They can't swim because you can talk off a script all you want, but I will drag you into the deep water with the sharks. And if you can't swim, then baby, you gonna drown. Now, back to our regularly scheduled program. Jessica, how are you?
I'm doing good, Santana. How are you?
I'm good, Jessica. What would you like to add to the conversation?
I just thought that was wild with that child coming in, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, for the first election, yeah.
Yeah. Again, I mean, we know what it's about, right? We know misinformation, disinformation. We understand that we have foreign actors that are actively trying to persuade the thoughts and emotions and feelings of people within the United States and trying to manipulate people who don't know better. It just so happens that here in our community, Jessica, we know better, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we do. Jessica, what do you think about the entire Pete Hegseth situation? Not just Pete Hegseth, but the war plans being leaked on Signal. Not leaked, but the whole situation.
Well, I do think that there should be some accountability taken by both the president as well as the people that were involved. I think the fact that they literally lied under oath is extremely telling, in my opinion. That definitely needs to be addressed because if anybody else lied underneath oath, they'd be pretty much dragged through the mud. Doesn't matter which side you're on.
Yep.
And yeah.
I legitimately, I don't understand how people can make this a partisan issue. Like that's the thing.
Well, that, and they're making light of the fact that we had personnel that was at risk if anybody had gotten a hold of that information before it actually came out. We had people's lives at risk, and that's the really scary part is the fact that people's lives were at risk. It wasn't just a bot inside of a war zone. It was people's lives.
Yep. Yep. And that's the thing. And then they keep saying, like, why are we actually focusing on it? It's because like it's a greater issue. It's an absolute, yeah, RC does. I know Mike Johnson doesn't want to do anything. Mike Johnson has ceded power. Mike Johnson has absolutely ceded power. So this is what I want to do because I think we have a panel full of friendlies left now, except Boom, which Boom is kind of friendly. Boom is kind of friendly, depending on the time of day. Boom, are you feeling friendly right now? Boom, come back to your phone. Boom, I sent you a request to come off mute. Boom, come back. Boom. Boom. We'll come back. Boom. Bubblehead 870. Bubblehead 870. Are you excited about the direction that the country is heading under this Trump administration? Why did you do that? That's messed up. Bubblehead 870. Bubblehead 870. Are you excited about the direction that the country is heading under this Trump administration? Okay, I'm gonna drop you down. I'm gonna take that you're not here. Guys, massive W's in the chat for Godzilla, who sent a $5 super chat over on YouTube saying Santana speaks with flame emojis. Listen, somebody gotta do it. W's in the chat. Massive, massive, massive W's in the chat. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Antonio. Antonio sent a $5 donation saying Santana, where do you find these low educated MAGAs? Like even their names, just the empty-headedness. You truly have you truly have a majestic power of attraction. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, they come out of nowhere, but I appreciate them. W's in the chat for Jesse, who sent a $2 donation, said, "Nah, you're reading straight from the MAGA talking points PDF file, so you can't define woke. I suggest using ChatGPT to help you with your definitions. Try DeepSeek. DeepSeek is better." Also, W's in the chat for Harold. Harold, you are absolutely too kind. You did not have to do that. Harold sent a $20 donation saying just supporting. Harold, thank you so much for that. That's awesome. Guys, W's in the chat for all the donators. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the education, information, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated, and you can always send a donation over on YouTube for a super chat. And if you're still watching on YouTube, what up YouTube? What up Twitch? Hey YouTube, do me a favor, like the stream. Can we get the likes up? Can we please get the likes up over on YouTube? I would appreciate you guys so much, please. So this is what I want to do. change of pace. And I was really hoping that Boom was still going to be here for this because I wanted to hear Boom's opinion. Kay, did you come up to be a contributor since you did a thing? So that means you're going to hang out with us?
No, sir. Not this evening. But I have just two things. If everyone could keep tapping, and thank you so much for all your favorite colors. I really appreciate learning those. So to protect live, when we do have some extra people that we don't necessarily aren't in here having genuine conversations, when we ask silly questions about colors and stuff like that, if you just help us out, the engagement helps. And then tapping, and if we could clear out these let them cooks, that would be awesome. And I'm going to invite your friend back. Don't
Already
worry.
did.
Oh, well, when he wakes up, comes back to his phone, he can come back and play with you.
I had such a good question for him too.
I'm sure he's got a great answer.
Boom, come back. If you can hear us, Boom, come back to your phone. And also everybody else in the chat for Hector. Can I get like 1 million L's in the chat for Hector? I just want to see like everybody spam L Hector in the chat. Just keep it going for me. Like if you love me, I just need to see like 1 million L Hectors in the chat. Spam L Hector in the chat, please and thank you. There we go. There we go. L Hector. There we go. What up, Hector? I love you, my brother.
You're just mean. Can you please take me? Thank you.
Okay, I got you. All right. Thank you for the cake. All right, let's do this. So I want to do something interesting. I want to do something interesting. Let's see here. Rachel, who did you vote for in this past election?
Well, okay, hold on. I better turn my TV off. Let's see. Because I've got you on YouTube.
On the
and
YouTube's
TikTok
on
now.
your TV. Hey, W's in the chat for Rachel. Listen, Rachel, you a real one for that.
I'm on both sides. So I voted for Harris.
Okay, perfect. Hold on one second. I don't think Katrina's gonna load. Okay, so this is what I want to do. W's in the chat for Christy. Christy, you are absolutely amazing. Christy sent a $10 donation saying, "Love you, Santana." Christy, I love you more, and I'm actually coming to you first. So this is what they're even spamming L Hector over on YouTube. Hector, I hope you see that they're even spamming L Hector over on YouTube. So there's that. Christy, I want to start with you. We had a super interesting conversation last night, and since we have a panel full of quote unquote friends, I kind of want to take it in this direction. Because I don't know if you were listening earlier, but there was a guy up here who was talking about, well, if Democrats, you guys keep doing this, and Democrats, you guys keep doing that, you're never going to win another election, right? I'm saying Christy. I know it says Chris. I'm sorry, but I'm talking Chris. Christy, you know I'm talking to you, right?
Hi. Are you talking to
Hi.
me? Oh my
Yes.
god. Hi. Hi,
Hi.
Santana.
Did you know I was talking to you?
I don't know. I was like, okay.
Well, I know your username says Chris, but then your
Yeah,
donation says Christy, and that's why I was reading Christy.
yeah. That's me. That's me.
Yeah. So okay. So Christy or Chris, which one?
It's Christy. You can
See,
understand.
I knew who I was talking to. They tried to jack me up on the back end. Okay. So there was a whole he came up and he was talking about how like Democrats will never win again because blah 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 blah, right? And so I do think there is some validity in the sense of like there needs to be changes, right? The Democratic Party needs to change, and for a lot of reasons, but not for MAGA reasons. Like I'm sorry, I don't really care to hear people that voted for Trump tell Democrats how the Democratic Party needs to be better.
Right.
Oh,
I agree.
really, Noah? Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna bring Noah in just for shits and giggles, or shiggles, as Ring would say. I'm gonna bring Noah in because Noah, I'm assuming Noah, you voted for Trump.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. You know what? Yeah. Let's talk to Noah first.
Yeah.
Noah. So question for you, before we get started, my friend. So you said you voted for Trump. Did you vote for him in 2020?
Yes, I did.
You did? Okay,
Yes, I
awesome.
did.
Awesome. So you are a staunch Trump supporter.
Damn straight.
Language, friend. My mom watches this.
I'm sorry. My bad.
No worries.
I didn't know
And
it was family
yeah,
friendly.
yeah, absolutely. No worries. Question for you. What year were you born?
2002.
And how old are you?
22.
Mm, you went a little too slow on the answer for me. Yep. You went a little too slow on the answer for me. Methinks you be a liar. I think he was lying, chat. So this is what we're gonna do. Chrissy, I'm coming back to you.
Yeah.
Again, I don't really want to hear from Republicans. I don't want to hear from Trump supporters. I don't care what you guys think that the Democratic Party needs to do, because yes, the Democratic Party definitely needs to do something to be better. Christy, what does the Democratic Party need to do? Because like I think we can both sit here and say like this party ain't it. Like they're not cutting it. So
I think they
what do they need to do?
I think they need to think smarter. Like, to be honest with you, like
Mhm.
I hear these, yeah, like I've been like watching lives, and it's like the younger male community that I hear, they are like they will literally accept everything Mr. Donald Trump would say to them. They wouldn't accept it any other way, regardless of facts and actual sources. They would just listen to what he says and they would just buy that. And that's so disappointing. These young male adults who are like 18 and above, they disappoint me when I hear them. And it's like, you guys gotta be like literally lost in the
Are you
sauce.
are you talking about incels? That's a word
Uh,
that I learned.
I don't
Incels.
know what, I don't
You
even
don't know
know,
what
but
that?
no, I'm sorry, I'm
Does
not with
anybody
that
on the
term.
panel know what an incel is?
And so, no, I don't know.
Come off mute if you know what an incel is. No
Like
one?
buying,
An
like
in-
I know
buying,
what an
what
incel is.
buying?
involuntary celibacy.
They're involuntary celibate people that can't get laid. Poor guys that can't get laid and then like it and then brag
And
about it.
then what do they do
Become
because they're incels?
it becomes
They
everyone
blame
else's
women.
problem.
They
Oh
blame the
my God.
women.
They blame Biden, they blame just Obama, always,
Donald
always
Trump's gonna help their
Obama.
sex life. That's
Guys,
great.
No, it's
it's
everybody
actually
else
Okay,
involved.
hold on. Okay, all right, I'll open the floodgates. Hold on. All right. So, Chrissy, finish your point. So we
Yeah.
need to actually talk to the younger people. We need to address the
Yes.
incels. We need to be
Yes.
smarter, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They need to really know what the actual factual situation is going on in this freaking world right now. I don't know why they're so blindsided. I don't know what's going on in their heads. I literally don't know how you can even change their mindset, because every time they come into these lives, it's the same exact point they have to make. It's like, okay, oh, it's the economy, it's Biden, it's Obama. Why? Why are y'all? I'm so tired of hearing these same points. It's like, oh my God, I don't even
Okay.
want to
Okay.
hear
Wait.
these
Hold on,
things.
because we're getting too far away. I
I'm
don't want to
sorry.
talk too much about the other
Yeah.
side. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Hold tight for me. Kristen, I want to come to you.
Okay.
We agree that like the Democratic Party needs a change, right?
Absolutely.
Who is that change? Who would you like to see bolt to the front of the Democratic Party, and why?
I'd see a lot. I would like to see a lot younger people such as yourself or Isaiah Martin. You know,
How old do you
uh,
think I am, friend?
I'm 25, 30,
You know what? That's
30.
because black don't crack unless you do it.
That's true. Okay, that is true. I am jealous about
I'm
that.
almost 40.
I'm 50, brother. I just turned 50.
Ain't no way.
I just turned 50 on March 20th.
Listen, I was talking to somebody earlier. I'm trying to fix this camera. I was talking to somebody earlier, and we were talking about Brita. Yeah, for anyone who knows Brita, whatever.
Yeah, the
Brita,
water
Brita.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we were talking about him, and I was like, yeah, he looked like that because he's so evil. Like he needs to try being nice to somebody and drink some water. But like being genuinely good keeps you young. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead.
would agree. I would agree. And I think, an influx of younger intelligence, people with character somehow, I always come back to Obama because I don't know what it was about him. He just had the it, you know what I mean? And like he could just draw a room and he didn't have to say BS or anything for people to listen to him because it was ingenuine. It was genuine. The guy is literally the I don't know, the modicum of what a president should be. I mean, the guy was a great family man. I mean, you start there. I mean, and all they get away from all these disgusting criminal types such as the Trump in office. I
Mm,
think we need to start with the people that we have sending the message because the message itself isn't going to be clear. If we
it
want to
is.
have,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It couldn't be any clearer from the evilness that we have going on today versus the Biden administration, even though it was quiet. I think people like theater. I think that's why Trump throws poop at the wall every single day to draw your attention over here. Don't look over here. And, we fall for it every time because, I mean, they are talking points. Let's be honest. But, like this latest Hegseth thing, like it's just such incompetence at a level that should not happen. And it's obvious that it happened because he took away all the people that did everything right and put in incompetent fools that should never be in the positions that they are, like Cash Patels of the world. I mean, give me a break.
Yep. No, you're
So,
absolutely right. Also, I'm gonna make a video about Catch Patel. Did you see him at
Yeah.
the Senate hearing when he was just like,
that was hilarious.
listen, something that you and the chat might not know. Your old buddy Santana's from the hood. I'm from the
Yeah.
hood, right? And I've seen people geeking before,
Uh-huh.
and Cash Patel was geeking. If you know, you know. Okay, one
Yeah.
more
I
thing
was a
before.
fire medic for a long time. I just wanted to bring up one more thing about that that
Yeah, go
litter.
ahead.
Litter is the best absorbent because of its price
Hmm.
point. We carry them on all fire trucks. It picks up oil, gasoline, blood, schmud, and you can't tell what it is that it's picking up as well. So that's another reason why they put it in every hospital, every school, every other place known to man because it's the best absorbent. That's
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah,
laughter cats.
absolutely, absolutely,
Thank
absolutely.
you. Thank you for
Um,
giving me the space.
yeah. Wait.
Hey,
Wait. Before we go, hold on. Before, and I promise you, I'm gonna pass it around. We're gonna pass it around. You said you just turned 50.
Yes,
When did you turn 50?
March 20th, first day of spring, baby, 1975.
March 20th.
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I thought today was your birthday.
No, sorry.
Okay, I was
It's
gonna
always our
do a
birthday,
thing.
man.
Yeah,
Every day is our birthday.
yeah, yeah. Okay. All right.
All right,
Hold on one second. Victor, you wanted to chime in on it?
yeah, I was just going to say, I think one of the huge things the Democrats need to be better at doing is messaging.
Yeah.
Like in the Biden administration, they
Hmm.
did a lot of good things,
I've always said that.
especially when it comes to helping the middle class, working people. But a lot of people don't know or have a clue because they don't say anything about it.
Hmm.
Donald Trump, he if he gives somebody a pair of shoes, you're gonna hear about it for the next 8 years, every day, day in and day out.
Every day, even no. If Donald Trump sees somebody buying a pair of shoes, he's gonna tell everybody for the next 8 years that he bought the shoes that the other person's wearing.
Right.
That's what he's gonna do.
And that was just my short real quick, I think I think we need younger. We need to get rid of a lot of these old guys and bring in more young people like Jasmine Crockett and people like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they just got to do a better job of messaging.
Yep. Yep. You're absolutely right. I want to come back to Harold because Harold, I know you dropped a ton of wisdom on us earlier. I kind of want to take you in a different direction. Harold, what do you think about Chuck Schumer and the way that he's currently leading the Democratic Party in the Senate?
Hello?
Yep.
Yeah. I think he's leading kind of scared. There is a box I think that Democrats have painted themselves into and are afraid to step out of it. But at the same time,
wait, Harold, what's the box? You got to say it.
it's the box of constraint, the box of trying to do things the right way, the box of trying to be politically correct all the time. And the other thing is that, we're not too far off as far as Democrats and what we need to do. The election was lost by the people who are right now in the FAFO mode.
Yep.
The farmers in Nebraska who are crying because they're going to lose their farm because they have no people to work them. The citrus farmers in Florida who are now going to be losing a lot of crops because they don't have people to pick their fruit. So we're not that far off. The people who swung the election are the first ones who are feeling the effect of this Trump 2.0, if you will. And at the same time, they got to find a way to get sisters to re-engage. Because I'm going to tell you, majority of black women have checked out of this whole thing.
Listen.
They not marching. They saying that we staying home. And if that dynamic doesn't change, there will be a big problem at the ballot box. And until somebody steps up, and they more than likely are going to want one of their own to step up and lead. Black women have decided they're not just following anybody, and they will sit on the sidelines and let this whole thing burn down unless somebody steps up that speaks from their point of view, because they are tired. We are tired as a people. And most of us have decided to check out of this whole protest thing. God bless them. They're out there in the streets, and there are literally tens of thousands of people. But if you look around in the crowd, you see very few people of color. Because we have taken a whole nother route. We're sitting and we're being quiet, and we're just listening to the noise that's going on around us. But at the right time, we're going to step back in and swing this whole thing in a new direction. But right now, it's just time for us to be quiet. And that's what's happened with the majority of people of color. We got to let this play out because of all the stuff that's being thrown at us. And eventually, a breaking point is coming. Because if you look at what he's doing with the Social Security Department, today they eliminated almost $1 billion of vaccine research and development. Actually, some of it that they cut was in, I think, Lubbock, Texas, right around the epicenter of this measles outbreak. They got email today saying cut all spending.
Yep.
So because of the bigger thing that's going on, I think we're losing sight of what's really happening in the streets. The streets is on fire.
Yep.
And revolution starts from the bottom up. I'm going to say this and I'm going to land my plane. Gil Scott Heron, and this might be going over a lot of y'all's heads, spoke of these things that are happening. The last poets. Our people have spoke about what's happening today. Marvin Gaye wrote of this in his critically acclaimed album, What's Going On. Listen to the words of those pathetic black men who were poets. They speak about exactly what's happening today. And so again, I think we're not that far off. We don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. The people who swung the election are the ones who being affected the most by what Trump is doing. And eventually they're going to be the ones to come back. And we have to get people of color, particularly black women, to re-engage, because right now they have disengaged because of the pain that they feel about being portrayed.
Yep. Listen, I completely agree. Listen, I knew what I was doing when I came to you, Harold. I knew you was gonna bring it. I knew you was gonna bring it. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it.
Yep.
I want to come over to Teeters. Teeters. Um, I don't want to assume I think I'm right, but you are a black woman, right?
Yes.
Teeters, and you look like a young black woman. Am I accurate? How, like, roundabout age, if you don't mind?
I just turned 29 last month.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, Teeters, I would love to hear from you. Kind of on the tail of what Harold just said, right? As a black woman, you voted for Kamala Harris, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're in that 92%, right?
Yes.
You are elite. You're the best of the best of the best. Um, how do you change the Democratic Party? Like what as someone who legitimately has carried not only the Democratic Party, but the country as a whole in so many different ways, what changes would you like to see within the Democratic Party? Who would you like to see at the forefront? And does Harold have a point? Like how do they get black women back engaged?
Honestly, I've been asking myself this question as well and having this conversation with the other black women in my life. And I think that how do I explain? I think that the issues that we're having in this country have gone beyond Democrat and Republican. I think these are just moral failings that we have. And I don't, I want to say that I don't necessarily agree at this point with, I'm trying to find the right way to say this. I just think that at this point, in order to fix the Democratic Party, we have a lot more to fix than just the party. We are losing a lot of our younger voters, our younger Americans, because we're uh, losing them to like red pill content and teaching them that all we need to do is fight with each other. And I think we need to just get back to, well, not even get back to, I think we need to get an understanding of what being an American is, working together. We've taught individualism so much and labels so much that I'm just kind of over it. I think
Yeah.
maybe instead of trying to fix the Democratic Party, which has had its issues for so long, just as any other party, we need to teach that we don't need to have a two-party system.
Yeah, listen, I absolutely believe that as well. I think I think the two-party system is antiquated. I think that it's not a representation of who we are as a country. I think that it's so limiting. Like the two-party system holds so much power over our head, and it's absolutely insane. Um, so I heard someone say, not heard, but I'm trying to remember. Someone said last night what they would love to see is like Jasmine Crockett, AOC, those type of people create their own like party instead of falling in line with the Democratic Party. Like, what do you think
Mhm.
about that, Teeters? Like having some of those super progressive people, the younger ones that really are trying to change, that are somewhat being held back by the old guard. Would you be behind some of those leaders stepping out of the shadow and actually doing their own thing with their own party?
I definitely would, because at this point, I feel like everyone is so jaded. Either Democrats are jaded by other Democrats or Republicans, and Republicans are I'm sorry, or jaded by Democrats, and it's an impossible win. I feel like at this point there needs to be major reform. I would get behind AOC or Jasmine Crockett. Will the rest of the country get behind them? Probably not. Unfortunately, I don't think that if this new party was to be made today or tomorrow, unfortunately, I don't think that either of them would win. because we're so far. We've moved so far back as a country. If we were going to do that, we would have to get someone who aligns with the values that we want to see, but it most likely will not be a woman or a woman of color. As it much as it hurts me to say, because I absolutely would support either of those women. But where we have lost our younger voters and where we have allowed, and not us as Democrats or us as a country, we have allowed so much misinformation to be spread and so much distrust to be spread, and no one knows where to turn. I don't think that we're going to get what we want if we just come out the gate with, okay, here's a brand new party and here's a black woman or here's another woman of color and we're going to go forth. It's not going to work. I would love for it to.
Okay, yeah. Rachel, I want to come to you. Because Teeters just said a thing, and
I'm here.
yeah, I don't want to agree with her, but darn it, I mean, this country is just like it's. I said it earlier. This country is founded in racism and sexism. Literally, like it's rooted, founded. It's part of who we are as a country in racism and sexism. With that being said, Rachel, like next term, could we see a woman president? Like, do we have to? And I hate to say it like this, but this is what it is. Like, slink back to a white man in order to take back power. Like, what are your thoughts?
Heck no. I think what's happening right now is really, really important. We're seeing two young women hitting the road with one old man, with one old white man.
Mm-hmm.
He started it. They're running it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are there to see AOC.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think people understand it enough. And I know majority of people I know would vote for AOC. The majority. My dad is 80 years old. He's a minister. He's like, I love AOC. We have to have her. She's it. He's like, I watch all of the lives that she does. I watch her on Instagram. He's like, everything she says is spot on. She talks about the things that Jesus talked about.
Jeebus.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But, and I'm not a huge Christian myself. I mean, neither here nor there. But my point is, we don't need to be a religious country. We don't need to be anything other than what we are and who we are as human beings. If we can all get together and decide if we're not going to let these people take from us anymore. They're taking from us. They're stealing our rights. They are telling us who we are. They're telling us that we're wrong because we want to care for other people. And that's not wrong. So something that I've been doing personally is I'm creating content. I've been doing a lot of deep research into the manosphere, into the Andrew Tates of the world. Mm-hmm. And I've got some really cool research coming out. This is just something I've been doing. I work in emotional intelligence and creativity coaching. Mm-hmm. So I started getting really interested in this because the manosphere became really coalesced around Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. And that happened because he speaks their language. Mm-hmm. And they basically propelled him into this role, along with Elon Musk. It was 100% disinformation. And you can hear it in these kids when they talk. You can hear it. They don't know what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. They just come in and say, hey, you know what? This is bad, that's bad. Donald Trump's awesome. And you guys just don't know what you're talking about. Women don't need to vote. Women don't need to have rights. it doesn't matter. But the truth is that these young men were radicalized during the pandemic. They were stuck at home with their parents who were unhappy because they were stuck at home. And I'm not blaming anybody, but these kids were stuck at home, schooling, and getting radicalized online and blackpilled. And we have to help them understand. So I'm creating fact checking lists that people can use, take it to ChatGPT and actually fact check for themselves. Take it to Grok. I don't care where you take it, but learn how to think critically and learn how to look at other people in kindness. Because I truly believe that one of the biggest problems that young men face right now is they were lied to. They were told that they are cared for and that they have to be harder than they are. That they have to be, that they have to hide their feelings to be okay in the world. And that if they want to get a girl, they have to be awful to her. They've been lied to. And I'm so sick of it. And so, like, what I understand is that I have been able to do a lot of peer work with young men, even like in school and just to talk to them. And I've been able to hear their parents are either conservative and they don't understand what their parents say. They don't talk to women. The only women that they know are their moms or girls at their work, and they say, girls don't want to talk to me. What do you mean girls don't want to talk to you? Have you tried talking to them? No, they hate me. They don't know you. They don't know you. But until somebody can actually be kind to them and put their arm around them and say, it's okay, there's nothing really wrong with you. Somebody lied to you and we need to help you. How do we do that? We have to be able to find ways and disguise content that's based on emotion and conflict resolution, but disguise it in something a little cooler. So that's my goal now, because I really want to help. And I think we can't just look at these kids and say, they're lost. We can't do that. It doesn't help them. And they're the ones.
Oh, I
So
think we're
that's where
losing
I'm
you.
at.
Okay. Yeah, you were breaking up at the end, but yeah, no. Listen, first and foremost, thank you, Rachel, for coming up and hanging out with us and sharing that. And you know what's funny? So I'm gonna share something with you that I haven't shared. I only shared it with I shared this with two people. The two people um closest to me that make this like entire thing move, like make everything happen. Um,
Sure.
I thought about like the same thing that you said, right? And especially after the election and the whole red pill culture and talking about like incels and like all this other stuff. It was a thing, and I had that exact same thought as you, right? And more so, not just like, oh, we need to do counter programming, but like we need to amplify those voices that are reaching the young people and actually speaking directly to them the way that the Andrew Tates and the way that Nick Fuentes or Aiden Ross or like Charlie Kirk, like those people, the way that they speak directly to those young people. And so like after the election, I was like, oh, I'm gonna start a podcast. And that's what I was like, yeah, I'm going to start a podcast. And I started thinking about it and all this other stuff. And then I came up with the name, right? I came up with the name for the podcast that I wanted to start. And I was so excited about it. And then I again thinking about like the culture, the incels, the red pill culture. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to start a podcast and I'm going to call the podcast the Blue Pill Podcast. And I was so excited about it. Yeah. I was so excited about the Blue Pill Podcast, right? And I'm thinking it's the counterpoint to like Red Pill Society and all this other stuff. And then, so I'll tell one of the people. One of the people was my wife, and I was like, "Yeah, I want to do the Blue Pill podcast." And she was like, "You mean like Viagra?" And I was like, "What? No, I wasn't even thinking about that." And then I told the other person the same thing, and that was their exact same answer. And that day, the Blue Pill podcast unalived, never got off the ground.
Well, I would do that podcast with you, but I wouldn't call it the Blue Pill podcast.
Yeah.
I would call it, and what I'm calling the work that I'm doing is a marketing term: know, like, trust.
Yeah.
That's a really important term. People want to get to know you, they need to like you, and they need to trust you to buy from you. And we can do the same thing with emotions. We can do the same thing with empathy, and we don't have to make it so warm and fuzzy. We can make it something that's going to be that people can really grasp, and that they can see, well, that makes sense. I can be a better man, I can be a better woman, I can be a better human being just by maybe not feeling so lied to. I mean, it's kind of a tough concept, I guess, for some people, but I firmly believe that there's something here. There's something in
It
this.
is. It is. Listen, you're right. You hit it dead on the head, and like I absolutely agree and believe the exact same thing. So yeah, absolutely. Anyway,
Well,
Rachel,
if you
thank
want
you
to connect
so.
and talk on it later, let me know. I'm all
Say it
in.
again.
If you want to connect and talk on this later, let me know. I'm all
Yeah,
in.
well, I don't really think anybody wants to hear anything I have to say. Like nobody wants to like hear me talk. So
Sure
I
they
don't
do.
know. Anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming up and hanging out with us.
Thanks a bunch.
All right, have a good one.
Can I say something real quick?
You can. I actually, yeah. I was just about to come to you for last words.
Oh, well, I was listening to you talk about the podcast and the blue pill and Viagra and stuff, and I think
I thought it was a good idea, and I had no like that didn't even pop in my head. That didn't even pop in my head, and my wife was talking about, "You talking about Viagra?" No, I'm. Shit, listen, she's always raining. I be doing cool stuff, and she say, I don't think she's watching right now, so I'm gonna say she's always raining. Chat every time I want to do something cool, my wife like stops me. I don't think she's watching right now, so I'm gonna say
you
it.
about to
I
pop
be
it
out
right
here
now.
doing like the dopest stuff. I be having like the best ideas, and then she rain on my parade and tell me I can't do it.
Well,
why can't I buy a pogo stick? I'm a grown man. I'm sorry. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, an idea, because I wasn't thinking of Viagra either when you said blue pill. I didn't even know that. Whatever, at some point. Anywho, um, if you do make the podcast, the green pill will be cool because on the color wheel, green is opposite of red. It cancels out.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. So the green pill, boom. That's little.
Not Billy over on YouTube putting a blue pill in the chat on YouTube. I'm telling you, YouTube is unhinged. If you guys aren't following me on YouTube, follow me on YouTube, but you guys gotta check. YouTube is unhinged.
I am not. I have my own wife.
You say is Teeter? No, Teeter's not Santana wife.
I
No.
have my own wife. She is asleep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my wife is asleep as well. We don't share a wife either. It's
We
just
have
a
our own
coincidence.
wives.
Exactly. We have our own wives, and both of our wives just happen to be asleep at the same time.
In two separate houses.
In two separate houses. They're not Batman. I don't know, Teeters. Anyway, thank you so much for coming up and spending time with us.
Thank you for having me. It was a great evening.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Jessica.
Hello.
What do you have for the people?
Oh, I mean, I never actually got to talk about the last talking point that you wanted to do, Santana.
Yeah, I mean, the floor is yours. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about, friend.
I do think that the Democratic Party definitely does need an overhaul. But I think what really needs an overhaul even more is the two-party system. I think that it doesn't work because people who have quote unquote voted Republican for years and years and years, whether it be somebody new in the family that's just now able to vote, or a continuous person. And I've heard this from several people where they've said, oh, well, I've always voted Republican, or I've always voted Democrat, but they don't bother, again, doing their research to figure out what the best candidate is. And I've had people that have said that, oh, well, I just voted Republican because they're Republican, not based off of their merit or who they are as a person.
Mhm. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have like that party loyalty, and they think like, oh, I've always done it this way, so I always have to do it this way. And well, that's who was on the ticket, and I voted red, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, that's perfectly fine in some circumstances, but I'm going to say exactly what I said at that one panel where it was 9 women and 1 man. You remember that, Santana?
Absolutely.
I'm going to say this again. You do your research when you buy a car. You do your research when you get a house. You do your research when you go for an apartment. When you get a job. So why is voting really different?
Yep.
Not to mention the fact that, I mean, in my opinion, you're basically putting out the EIA deal
Mhm.
specifically because you're voting for somebody. And I mean, if they want to do away with the EIA, don't do a double standard by picking somebody who's literally not qualified on quote unquote merit for not, like, don't choose somebody who's not based off of what you're literally trying to go through. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. And I think, like you said, to your point, they do all this other research when they do so many other things, but they're willing to say, um, I didn't have time, or I didn't know enough, or like it's all excuses. It's all excuses. It's all
Yeah, and
excuses.
I mean that's the really sad thing because I have a couple of coworkers of mine who literally this is their first election, and they said that they voted red, they voted Republican based off of this, and this,
Hmm.
but they didn't bother to do any research following through because one of my coworkers literally had said, because I asked him, so what did you think about the whole Medicare and Medicaid freeze that happened during the first week um, of the presidency? And he said, well, how do we know that they're actually using it for that? And I'm like, how do you know it's not being used for that? I mean, until
Exactly.
research is done, you don't know what it's all
Yeah.
being used for.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, Jessica. They don't know things.
Oh,
They're willfully ignorant, Jessica.
the one other thing I did want to mention, that
Hmm.
Gill guy, that
He
was in
sucked,
here,
right?
yeah, he did. I don't know if you noticed it, but when he mentioned, "Oh well, do I have to be disabled to do this?" That was tokenizing. I don't know if you
Oh,
caught that,
he
Santana.
tokenized a lot, Jess. I like
I wasn't here for a good majority of it then, but
he
that
was
I
he was a POS.
yeah I put it in the chat. That's tokenizing Santana. I didn't know if you caught it or not.
I didn't, but I'm glad that you brought it up. I'm sorry that I missed it, but I really appreciate you bringing that to our attention.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of let it go just because of the fact it wasn't as long as what a couple of the other guys that I've been on the panel with you guys with, but it definitely irked me the wrong way just because I am disabled myself. So
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I understand. I absolutely understand.
I do
Um,
actually have some good news before you let me go, Santana.
oh, go ahead. What's your good news?
So I finally got approved for Medicare.
Hey, that was in the chat for Jessica. Congratulations. So what's the first thing you're gonna do?
Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is get some new hearing aids
I
because
know that's right.
mine I've had for like 6 years, so I need a new set.
Yeah.
Um, the only problem is the fact that I don't know exactly how long I'm gonna keep Medicare just because of everything that's going on right now.
Well, listen. So Jessica, it's just me and you talking right now, and there's nobody else paying attention. Let me tell you what black people do, right? this is a real black thing, right? As soon as black people get insurance, we go get everything checked. We do everything. We as soon as we get insurance, we pay for insurance or whatever. We gonna go get everything. So
Yeah,
yeah,
the
make
good
sure you
thing
take
is that
advantage of your coverage.
yeah, the good thing is that I'm part of Special Olympics as well here in my county and in my state. So they have free eye checkups sometimes, like during Special Olympic events, as well as like hearing tests and stuff like that in order to check those. So I do take advantage of those, and you can either choose to get eyeglass goggles or a new set of glasses during the vision checkup.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
um,
absolutely.
but yeah, that's the biggest thing. Not to mention the fact that I've been hearing a lot of stuff about like Social Security and Social Security disability and SSI and stuff. Possibly either freezing, getting defunded,
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
restricted, that type of stuff. Because I know
yeah.
they're trying to put restrictions so that
Listen,
people who are on Social Security have to work in order to get the payments
it's a
they're
whole
needing.
thing, Jessica. It's so much. And like for me, I have to consume all of this stuff, but it's so much, Jessica. It's so much. They're doing all the bad things, all of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you heard about this either, Santana. I'm sorry to continue. I know it's bedtime for you.
It is t-shirt time, friend. Go ahead.
uh, just one more thing. For anybody who can, anybody who's in Nebraska that's in the chat or anything like that, please, please, please help us out. They are trying to pass a law in order to basically try kids as young as 12 years old as adults
Mm,
and to be able to detain them as young as 11 without parental permission.
that is insane.
Yeah.
That is insane. I'm telling you, it's a targeted approach, and I've spoken on this multiple times. They're trying to reduce the middle class, and so they're doing things like, trying to lower the actual working age, and then trying to increase the retirement age, and trying to do multiple things to have younger people looked as adults so they can pump up the workforce. It's a whole thing. So
Yeah, because my
it's
mom's
sick,
a
but it doesn't surprise me.
but yeah, my mom's a psychology professor here at one of the universities in Nebraska, and she actually went and waited 7.5 hours to speak for 3 minutes on this topic to try to get them to understand that a child's mind is not developed enough to be able to be tried as an adult.
Yep, yep, absolutely, absolutely. Anyway, Jessica, thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate you so much, friend.
Oh, thank you for having me, Santana. Hope to do this again soon.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful evening.
Yep, you too. Bye.
Guys, holy smokes. Holy smokes. I want a million, billion, gazillion W's in the chat for Ida. I want to see a million W's in the chat for Ida. Ida sent a $200 super chat, and I'm going to read out what the super chat says. A million W's in the chat for Ida, who sent a $200 super chat that says, pretend this is $200. I got you, friend. We good. Thank you for for what you do. Ida sent a $2 super chat. She said, pretend it's a $200 super chat. Listen, I appreciate each and everything. Seriously, thank you for the $2 super chat, Ida. You are absolutely too kind. You're amazing. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching over on YouTube, and thank you for being a part of our community. Our Ada, I saw it. It's not Ida, it's Ada. I'm sorry. ADD. You don't have to say sorry. It was funny. I thought it was funny. That's why I did it. It was funny. Kay, can you come up for me for a minute, please? While Kay is coming up, there's a couple other thank yous that I need to read off. Deb's in the chat for Wallace. Wallace sent a $10 donation. Said get your walkie talkies and fighter jets. I know that was for something that we were talking about earlier, but I don't remember what that thing was. W's in the chat for Gene, who sent a $1 donation saying, we like Hector, L Santana. Hey, chat, can we get some? No, I'm not even going to read the rest of the sentence. Whatever, Gene. Whatever, Gene. W's in the chat for Bippity. Bippity sent a $2.66 Cash App say, love you, but not too much on Hector. W Hector. No, Hector gets all the L's. He gets all the L's. And W's in the chat for Wallace, who sent a $5 donation saying, at home with Hexet texting aircraft carriers. Listen, if you guys get a random text, you know how you used to get like the random text messages and it's like the spam bots or whatever. Well, now it might just be some national security secrets. So make sure you check your text messages. Hey, Kate.
You back-end?
Thank you for coming up.
What can I do for you in this very elongated t-shirt time?
I know, right? Also, W's in the chat for self-love. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. Thank you for the $1 donation, self-love. Kate, can you tell the people what we're doing next week? Since, you let the cat out the bag last night. Let's advertise it.
Okay, so next week we're going to be hosting conversations and education, no debates, on intersectionality and decolonization. We're going to have some really nice guests to come up and talk about some things. We're going to talk about everything from the isms to the phobias and all and how certain things intersect. We are going to not debate with people who want to talk about if things exist, because we know they do. It's not going to be like that. If you are going to be here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard for the duration of 3 hours. Bring a notebook or your note app or something, because we're going to be given some recommended reads, some websites that you can, utilize, and we're super excited.
Yep, and I'm gonna be teaching. I'm gonna teach everybody, including Kate. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Give me a second, chat. Hold on. Darn it. Hold on. What? Okay, hold on. I got it. Okay, hold on. And I'm gonna be teaching everybody, including Kate.
I'm looking forward to all of your knowledge.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. No, seriously, guys, it's going to be absolutely amazing. I mean, I think and just fun fact, this is something that Kay and I have been talking about for a long time, and it's something it's ultra, it's very much needed. I mean, the conversation around intersectionality, and then also, just understanding how so many people are affected by so many things that we don't even understand. And I'm extremely blessed to have someone like Kay and an amazing community around me, people that know all of these amazing things that I don't even know. So I'm actually excited to learn next week. So yeah, to Kay's point, if you're available, please make sure that you're here. Make sure that you're willing to participate, willing to learn, willing to, take the information. It's going to be really good. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, late nights, intersectionality, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, 3 hours. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Okay, anything else for the people?
No, not at all. But just like a redirection of last night when we were kind of getting off. It's not a political conversation, and it doesn't have anything to do with politics.
Nope.
Taking a little bit of, we might have to, break in for some news, but here and there. But really, just like focusing on this topic and, helping one another kind of see points of views of others and how we all intersect together.
Absolutely. And yes, it will be on YouTube. We're always live on YouTube, Twitch. What up, YouTube? What up, Twitch? We're live on YouTube and Twitch, but you can always, if you miss anything, any of our lives or anytime that I'm live or whatever, I always go live on YouTube, and the live uploads on YouTube, so you can always go back and rewatch anything that you missed or whatever. So yeah, it all lives on the YouTube channel at Santana Speaks.
My
All right.
boss just asked me to do something. I'm sorry. Mr. Shavers, as you wish. It is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern for 3 hours.
It's 11 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Pacific for 3 hours.
Listen, it's 2:30 in the morning. Can you give me a break?
You said it backwards.
Maybe that's because I'm in the future.
You are, because you're time traveling. All right, Flash Gordon, anything else?
No, kick me.
All
Night,
right.
everyone. Thank you for everything.
Night, Gabe. All right, guys. What was that? Is that? I don't know what that message was. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah. Guys, this was fun. This was fun. We had a great night. You guys were awesome. Look at you. Chat. You guys are smart. You guys are beautiful. You guys are the best chat ever. Listen, all of you beautiful people are extremely special. You're all extremely talented. You're all so kind. You are all like, you guys are, chat, you are all pretty. You have nice smiles. You all smell nice. People like to be around you. People like you. You guys are all amazing. And I love you all. Yep. All right, guys. So we're gonna get out of here. Tomorrow we will be sparring. Sparring with Santana. We will be doing debates, one-on-one debates. Tomorrow we're gonna get after it. Let's see here. I can't do the thing because there's no one who is live to do the thing. So let's go. Did anyone get a chance to check out the creator that I pointed you guys to last night? She's absolutely amazing, and let's go rate her again. I genuinely enjoy her lives. So let's pin this. Boom. There is her TikTok. Let's go do a Santana raid. Santana raid. Let's go, people. All right, we're gonna get out of here. I love you guys. Thank you all for all the likes, the taps, the shares, the gifts. Thank you all for being amazing. Thank you all. I love you. And as always, put it in the chat. Peace.